Hey guys, welcome back to Adp Artceations. Today, guys, we are going to talk about some WNBA greats who have made an impact in the basketball world. So, like this, I'm going to do different parts of it. So, this will be part one because there's so many great players that have paved the way for like an Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Camila Cardoso and Michaela, and just so many more players. So we're gonna start off with Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops. Let's talk about Cheryl Swoops' accomplishments, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about who Cheryl Swoops is and what she does. Okay. So I really want to touch on. We have four players we are gonna cover. We're gonna cover um oh shoot, I gotta drop Miss D, you want me to drop the link? Yeah, right. Copy. Okay. Okay, Miss D, I dropped the link for you. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Cheryl Swoops first. So what I did was I have four players we're gonna talk about, which is Swoops, Cynthia Cooper, Shamika Holsclaw, and Teresa Weatherspoon. Okay, so Cheryl Swoops, we're going to talk about her accomplishments. I got two slides on her. So I did two slides of each player because
Hey,
I see Miss D. You see that?
you got it.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm on point now, girl. I ain't
There
gonna know
you
how to
go.
act.
You got you together.
Yeah, I said KCF ain't gonna have to put me on the short bus.
Look, I'm gonna ask him in a few. I'm gonna start doing that, but he gonna have to
Yeah,
put me on the short bus.
no. He actually goes step by step, with you. And he actually went over everything. So I was trying to write everything down, but for me, I was overthinking it. But it was when I finally got comfortable with it, Miss D, that it was
Uh-huh.
like good. So what I did, I was like, okay, Miss D, we were all out the box. You know what I'm saying?
Right, we was.
I know he showed me how to do this. I was praying about it, and I was like, I need to remember God because I know case that showed me it was easy. So you have to go in there and you have to be like, you have to go in there. I think it's in your settings or your present or whatever.
Uh-huh.
You have to add a camera. Um, but
Oh.
I'll show you if you need to. But Kesa is the best one to show you everything though, for real, for real. But yeah, you go in there, you have to add like your people, you have to add media slots. So
Okay.
so yeah, that's what
And I
happened.
saw that feature, but I haven't, nobody came up yet. Then I think you still, even with the free, you can still bring people up. But I don't know
Yeah,
how,
you can bring with the free one, which I think is what you still can bring like five or six people up, right?
Right. Well,
Or
no,
something like that.
no, yeah, 5 to 6 people with the free, but my live went dead because my I was using my StreamYard with my um um ah my I can't say it, my sound effects box, whatever you call that thing.
Hmm.
And it cut off, so I couldn't invite that person up. I did a live with my Lions, my Detroit Lions.
Oh, okay. But
So
yeah,
yeah.
so when you get ready to like when you ready to well, we get ready to start Miss D Saturday for WNBA season.
I know.
So
I know.
it'll depend on what it just depends on when you want to bring somebody up and stuff like
That's
that.
true. That's true.
Or whatever. So what I did was because it's so much information on each player, Miss D. I said we'll be in this chat all day because it's so much information. So I just did two slides on each player,
Hmm.
and we can you can touch back on some of the things that you know about Cheryl too, and we'll take it from there. So okay, so first I have she was the first player to sign into the WNBA. She was also the first women's player to have a signature shoe with Nike called Air Swoops.
And
She
you know
was
what they should do? They should bring that back. I always say they should bring that back and bring Don Staley, and since the kind of yeah, bring it back.
well, Dion brought his back. I don't know why they don't bring I don't know
Throw
why
back,
Cheryl don't
yeah.
bring her shoes back because
Because guess what? Asia shoes are selling out. The blue ones just sold out too.
yeah, I'm telling you,
I'm like, wow.
they will buy those shoes. I mean, if they bought Jordans for so long, why wouldn't they buy? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't they buy Cheryl?
Exactly.
Especially with Nike being that brand like that, you know. So I don't see why they wouldn't
And
do
then she
that.
didn't play right away. Cheryl Swoops didn't, go back to Swoop. She didn't play right away because she was pregnant.
Yeah, I remember she
She
was
didn't play the
pregnant.
first year. Yeah, the first year that the WFA started. But when she came back, it was almost like she never left.
Yeah, and that's what I love too about players being able to do that, especially like Skylar Diggins Smith and stuff like that. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know if Cheryl had
Dearica, all
yeah,
type of
and
people. Yep.
Erica and stuff, and you know what, Miss D,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just Dearica that had to go through that. Skylar went through it too.
She did.
And I had no idea she went through it like that. I was thinking more Dearica because it was fresh and or whatever. And I was like, this is a shame. They want you to stay in the box. Oh, I want you to play, but I don't want you to have no kids. How can you let them?
Well,
Try.
it's different for the ladies. You already know that. Yeah.
Yeah, you right about that one. Hey, Donna, you right. So okay, so we're gonna get into also. So yeah, Miss D, as I'm saying, her accomplishments, you can chime in or or whatever. So
Okay, no problem.
she was the first three-time WNBA most valuable player from what 2000, 2002, and 2005. First three-time WNBA Defensive Player of the Year in 2000, 2002, and 2003. Tamika Catchings would later surpass the mark with five. And she was the first player to record a triple double in the WNBA July 27, 1999. She was also the first and only to record a playoff triple double in the WNBA 2005. First, along with Cooper in 1997 to have won an NCAA title, WNBA title, and an Olympic gold medal. Boy, Cheryl Swoops ain't no joke.
No.
I mean, I was reading. I'm like, girl, can you slow down with your accomplishments?
That team was so hard to beat because you had Cheryl doing her thing, then you had Cynthia Cooper doing her thing. Then you bring in a young Tina Thompson. She was younger out of all those. Both of them. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Tina on part two because I saw that. I was like, Tina, how I forget you, girl, but I got you. I'm gonna put on part two, the next group. I know I want to do Tina, so if you have some suggestions, Miss D, put it in the box or let me know of the next four
No
um
problem.
we could do or whatever. So also, okay, Swoops first rose to fame in 1993 when she led the Texas Tech Lady Raiders to their first and only NCAA title after scoring an NCAA championship game record 47 points in the 84 to 82 win over Ohio State. 3 years later, Swoops was a prominent member of the U.S. Olympic team that won the gold medal in Atlanta and helped fuel the fire for women's basketball in this country. Once the WNBA tipped off a year later, Swoops was part of the league's first dynasty as one of the big three in Houston with Cooper and Tina Thompson. Together, they will lead the Comets to the WNBA's first four championships, a run that has yet to be matched in the league's first 2 decades. What do you have to say
Hmm.
about that one, Miss D?
Yeah, there's nobody. Look, there's nobody that's like Swoops. Only ones coming close to doing all this for our statistics right
Hey,
now is
big
Asia,
girl.
and not
Right, right. Like you can't even top that. You can't even top that. I mean, you can top it. It all be somebody that'll match it, but Or Cheryl sheet. I was like, Cheryl, slow down. Let me get to Cooper and and Teaspoon and
Exactly.
stuff. You know, so I really did. I wanted to like touch on like them growing and through college and stuff, but I was like, we'll be up here 2 days, Miss D, talking about these ladies like that. You know, so I was like, I had to cut it short. So okay, so we're gonna go to next. We're gonna go to I think I put Cooper next. Cynthia Cooper. Okay. So what are your thoughts on Cooper before we get into it?
Well, my thoughts on Cynthia Cooper is that unlike now, they don't have older because of the way the WNBA was set up back in the '90s. I knew she was good because I heard about her at USC. I didn't see USC play when they had
Mm-hmm.
like Cheryl Miller and had the twins, but she really kind of surprised me. She came in dominating. And I think she was an older rookie. Wasn't she like in her 30s? Like 30, 32, 33?
I think so too. And you got to remember with Cooper, the same thing with Teaspoon. They played a lot. They played overseas too. I think they would have had more far as accomplishments with the WNBA if they had played over here more too.
All
What do you
right.
think?
Yeah, they had to go overseas. But I think, yeah, she did play overseas. So I was very happy to see her. And then, what they had also?
What?
I mean, I'm going kind of off topic. What they need now, they need a competing league. Because, when the WNBA came in, the ABL was around too.
Oh, okay.
So
Big girl said she was like 35, Miss D.
Oh yeah. So I'm sorry. So hey, big girl. Hey,
Wow.
Donna. I'm sorry. I didn't get a chance. Yeah, she was older. She's older because, like I said, they didn't have leagues, and then she had to play overseas for all them years.
Oh, okay, okay. So was she first before swoops or she was after swoops far as playing the game?
She was first. She played at USC in the mid '80s.
Okay, okay, okay,
So
okay.
she's a little bit older than the Swoops by like I want to say 7 years,
Oh, okay.
maybe a little bit. Yeah, 6 or 7 years. Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think I think she's still married. I'm not for sure on that one, but I think she is. But also, I know Brooklaw would be happy that she from Chicago. I saw
No, she
that
from
too.
Watts.
Huh?
She from the West Side.
Well, she was. Is that Chicago? Because it
No,
says she was
Well, she was
born in
probably born in
Chicago.
Chicago, but she grew up in she don't know about no Chicago. She grew up
Oh,
in
so she
LA.
went California, right? Did she
You know,
go to?
some people born and then they move when they babies. She don't know
Oh,
nothing
okay,
about
okay, okay. So she
that.
don't really know that. Oh, oh, Miss D, get it
Yeah,
right.
because she never talked about she never talked
Oh,
about
she never
she only
talked
talked
about
about
it. Oh, okay,
she only talked
okay.
about Uncle Watts.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Well, I guess we won't get into that being from Chicago then. But she was an American basketball player who was the first most valuable player MVP of the Women's National Basketball League, and in the WNBA inaugural season, 1997. Cooper led the league in scoring while leading her team, the Houston Comics, in the championship. She was named MVP of both of the regular seasons and the playoffs that year. Cooper played professionally in Europe, primarily for a team in is that Parma, Italy.
Mhm.
She was a member of the 1988 US national team that won the gold medal at the Olympic Games in is that Seoul, if I'm saying that right. Cooper played when they had the yeah, that's what Miss D was saying too, Donna. Oh yeah, big girl. Yeah, Miss D know her stuff up here. She's saying that. Look, I ain't know. I'm
Because
sorry.
now that I look at her, she 8 years older because Swoosh was born in '71 and
Oh, okay.
71. Yeah, 71. She born in '63. Yep. So wow.
But
At least
she
Swoops is
now
still in her
Cooper's
20s.
still doing her thing. I think she's still coaching, right? I believe she's still coaching.
I think so, but her and Swoops, they had some run-ins. Some players say they were so abusive, You
Yeah,
know,
I
Swoop,
saw that. I didn't. I
Cynthia
was gonna.
Cooper, was kind of crazy with the coaching.
I saw that, Miss D, and because I was like, I don't want to go too deep into it because I was like, man, I know some people might bring up Shamika's stuff, but I was like, we could talk about it, but I'm gonna just keep it to like the accomplishments for for the
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely,
no,
definitely.
just for the slideshow, just for the
I know, I know,
slideshow,
I
but
know,
we
I
could
know what you're
talk about.
saying.
But Miss
Hold
D,
on, I'm gonna do something. With a cutoff, because I can only see you. I can't see the comments. I wonder if I go back into your the actual page. Which let me see.
okay,
What it mess up? Okay, here we go. I'm in an actual chat. I can't do it.
you can't do it.
But you try to see the comments. Can you hear me?
I can see the comments. Can you see them?
Nope. Unless I go to like it says more and then the chat comments. I can't see it from your page. Like I can't go to your page and see it.
You got
It's kind of
God,
weird.
it's like you go Brooklyn, like when I was on KSAP channel, it's a way that you can get in there, but I forgot I would have to be on there chat to see how you text stuff inside the chat and can read
I
it.
could text though saying when I go on
But you
your
can't see them.
actual.
So
I can
you
only
can't.
see them if I stay in my like it says you in the show, like in
Yeah.
StreamYard. But I'm still kind of you're right. I can see you. I can't see the chat unless I go to comments and look at the chat. But I can't go to your page and talk to you. That's what I'm trying to say. So I can't see the chat unless I go to the chat. Like I'm trying
Oh,
to say I can't go to your YouTube page without
oh, we gonna
stopping.
have there go another we gotta put that on our list, Miss B. We'll
Yeah,
we'll
I
put
can't
that
do it.
because I know it's a way you could do it.
I
I
never
just
could
don't
do
know
it.
how.
Like when I'm going to somebody else's chat, I'm always in the back, and I can't see people. It's not that I'm ignoring the people. I just can't. I got to go in to see their comments.
Okay, okay. Did y'all hear Miss D? Big girl Donna and Patricia.
Yep, she was the first, the only point guard to win back to back. Yeah, she was before, like I said, before Swoops came in.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, she had to hold it down. It was her and Tina Thompson.
Okay.
And Tina was the
So
youngest. Tina was like
so
23, 24.
so how
But go
did
ahead.
okay? So how did was Cooper on a different shoe brand? How did Swoops get a shoe deal with Nike? And did
Because Cooper was not a star. Remember, I
oh
told you she played behind in college. She played behind. She was good. She was a
yeah
star, but she was always overshadowed by Cheryl Miller and the twins. So
oh
Cheryl Miller and the twins, she even though she was on the Olympic team, they thought of her as like the fourth option.
oh wow
So it was Cheryl, the twins, then her
oh
when they played. So when she went overseas, nobody knew who she was unless she was a real basketball fanatic. You wouldn't know who she
hmm
was. Cheryl, remember when Cheryl came in, she scored that 46 points in the championship game,
yeah
and the way she did it, so she had that star quality. So they gave her the shoe. They won't give Cynthia Cooper the shoe because she wasn't nobody knew who she was unless she was a basketball fanatic.
wow.
That's why.
So by the end of the WNBA's inaugural season, Cooper had established herself as the league's first great player, along with star teammates Cheryl Swoops and Tina Thompson. Cooper led the Comets to the titles in 1998, 1999, and 2000. Each time being recognized as the MVP of the playoffs, she was named the league MVP for the second time in 1998. Cooper retired in 2000 and became the head coach of WNBA's Phoenix Mercury the following year. Is that you weren't talking about the Phoenix Mercury's though, Miss D? Were you?
No, she was okay with the Phoenix. No, I'm talking about when she was coaching the kids. The college kids, not kids, but
Yeah,
young adults. But
yeah.
I didn't know she great. Hold on, I thought she retired a little bit later than that. I thought she retired like in 2003 or four.
It's saying
Okay.
okay, so it said okay, so it says she returned to playing basketball in 2003 and
Oh,
permanently
okay.
retired from the game in 2004 with the WNBA career per game average of 21 points, 4.9 assists, 3.3 rebounds, and 1.56 steals.
Well, hold on. I'm looking at this. I know it's off topic. Hold on. She's married. She married in 2001. She must. She had some. She got pregnant way down the line.
She
She
had,
was just. Yeah, she had to
she
be in her
had
40s.
twins.
She was in her 40s though.
Hey, look,
I
when
mean,
I
probably like 43, 44. Ooh,
Miss D, let
she
me
was an
tell you,
old mama.
when I got pregnant with the twins, it
Mm.
wasn't the younger crowd that hey in the dark. It wasn't the young crowd
Hey,
I
in the
see
darts.
now. It was the older crowd, 30 and over in there. That's
Oh
what I'm
wow.
saying. You look, Sarah and Abraham. People think
Right.
look, yeah, they are having them more older now, and maybe because you never know. You just never know how
Yeah,
that
because
goes.
look, she's starting the league at like 35,
Mm-hmm.
so she had to be like early 40s or close to mid 40s having her twins.
Because you said Cheryl had her son before, right? The first year? Was that when
Before the
she?
first year, she was pregnant. She didn't play the first year,
Okay, okay.
but she was still in her 20s though.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
Cheryl, she ain't had no more after that, though.
Uh,
Okay, so we're getting ready to go to, let's see who we got. Shamika Holsclaw. Okay, what are your thoughts on Shamika? You got anything, or you want me to read her? Ooh, I put a lot for Shamika.
well, my thoughts is she was very underrated, and unfortunately, she played in the same era as Cooper, because when she came in and when did she come in? She graduated in 2001. It was just on the tip of the Houston Comets reign. But you
Mm-hmm.
still had other stars. They still was good, but it just didn't win a lot of championships after that. So yeah, she was very underrated. Then the team she played for, the Mystics, was kind of they always been kind of average. And then
Yeah,
she kind of disappeared. She has some mental things going on, so it kind of hindered. But of course, everybody can't take away the Tennessee. I'm not saying she wasn't good in the pros, but the Tennessee Shamika Holmes call was very dominant.
yeah. It says, okay, so she attended Christ the King High School in the Queens, where she became the school's top scorer and rebounder while leading her team to 4 state championships. Holsclaw played college basketball at the University of Tennessee under legendary coach Pat Summitt. Look, guys, I was gonna do, and I probably still will do, a show on Shamika and how she was blessed to get a second chance and everything, and through all of that, because at first when I looked her up, I was like, oh my gosh, it was really good, and then I was like, okay, she got a second chance. But it wasn't like she was in the lead for a short period of time. She was in the lead for a minute,
She
going
was.
through all. Yeah, I didn't realize that, Miss D, until I did my research, and then I was like, oh, I'm adding her to my players.
Well, she got injured, I think, and then of course, like I said, some of the mental things that happened with her. Now she was on Ayana Fix My Life with her
Oh,
mom.
she was. But
Yeah, she grew up with her mother. I don't know, she wasn't around a lot. Her father definitely, but her mom, I think she had some kind of alcohol problem,
yeah, her mom.
and
It was a lot.
well, I don't want to get into it, but
Yeah.
it was revealed that her mom, they didn't have a close relationship, and she was kind of jealous of her.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I guess because maybe what, I'm just speculating. Maybe she was jealous of Shamika because of success. She's a college graduate. She had all this accolades, and plus, she was very close to Shamika's mom's her grandmother, which was her mother. She probably didn't have
Hmm.
a close relationship with her mom, so she probably felt jealous that Shamika had that relationship with her mom, with her mother. So
And
yeah, that's
and
backstory.
she Pat Summit. Oh my gosh, she was a lifesaver for her,
She was.
and she gives her so much, so much credit and stuff like that. But she was blessed to have Pat. You know,
Yeah, she was.
to
I say if I could really play basketball good, if I was okay. I played in high school for like maybe a
yeah,
year or two. If
uh
I
huh,
was good, I say I always wanted to go to Tennessee. I love the colors, number one. But I like past somebody. They always won. I ain't
uh
gonna tell my
huh,
age,
uh
but
huh.
yeah. But plus they had a lot of Detroit girls that went there, so I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. People from Detroit, so I was excited about that. So
Yeah, so
yeah, I
you
would
must
say
be.
Tennessee.
So you got Rakia on your list. Isn't Rakia from Tennessee? No.
Yeah. Well, no, she's from Detroit, but she went to Mississippi State.
Oh, okay, okay.
You had I can't think of their name.
It's
Some
some.
other Detroit young ladies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Dina had you had Deidre Charles. She passed away from cancer. So that's a few Detroit girls.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think who else. I can't think. Ah, a few other. She had like at least I would say 6 Detroit girls that went through Tennessee when, but not not including Rakia because she passed away by the time Rakia came along. But yeah, you had at least 6 Detroit girls that went to play for Pat. So that's pretty good. So I thought that was cool. That was one of my favorite teams growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she Holscott led the Lady Vows to three consecutive championships from 1996 to 98. The Lady Vows finished the 1997-98 season with a perfect, oh my gosh, 39-0 record, and were widely hailed as the greatest women's collegiate basketball team ever. In the NCAA tournament final, in which Tennessee routed Louisiana Tech by the score of 93-75. Holsclaw scored 25 points and grabbed 10 rebounds, an effort that earned her a second straight Final Four MVP award. Holsclaw was recognized as the what's that? Niall Smith College Player of the Year in 1998 and 1999.
Yep, the Naismith. She won a Naismith. Yep.
I
Yep,
think
she was
I think Spoon won one too. No, what's that? The Heisman. I have to check on that one. Um,
Spoon. Did she? Yeah,
I
She won the championship in college.
okay,
Yeah,
and then
and she won. I don't think they call it a Naismith because I think they changed the name. I think she was like the Kodak. Used to call it the Kodak Player of the Year
oh for Spoon or for
for
Shamika.
Spoon, and then
Okay,
Don Staley was the Kodak. Yeah.
yeah, I got Dawn on the next one too. Dawn
Uh,
and Tina
that's
Cobb.
why. But at Virginia, she was. Ooh, she was man. She's killing it. That team could
Yeah,
never win a championship. They get close and they just
and
can't.
then
They just couldn't get over the hunt. Like But then now it's kind of funny that now she gets a chance to wear a championship as a coach, which is pretty cool.
mhm.
Yeah. Did you
So
see? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead, Miss D. Who?
Did you
Go
see?
ahead.
When Sanaya Fagan she was calling to the Sparks office, right? And she's
I
like,
saw, but
well,
I changed on
usually people that second round don't make it. And she said, oh Lord. She said, but you made the team. He said, oh my God, I was crying in the car. And she called her mom. Her mom like, oh my God, I was nervous. He said, I was nervous too. Then she called Coach Staley. And then here go Coach Staley. I know you made a damn team.
Oh my
The way she
gosh.
said it. She said, I know
Oh
you
yeah.
made it. And then they told her why she made it. And see the thing that they always want to jump on Don about?
What
John create professionals. She said that the people from the Spartans is like reason why you professional. You come to work. You do your job. You do what we tell you to do, and you do it at a
presentation?
high level. And Don said, yeah. Said Don said, yeah. That's he do all the time at South Carolina. So I was very happy that they realized that, and that made Don look good. Everybody want to talk about Don don't develop. That's why Malaysia for why they left. I said, no, that's not it.
No, everybody look different seasons for different people,
And
different
then
teams.
coaches are not responsible. That you could look. Coaches are not responsible for you either staying or not staying in WNBA. You have to do the individual stuff. That's not the
I'm
coach's job.
That's just like for educators, being an educator,
Yeah,
sometimes,
that's true.
you have the parents, depending on the teachers to teach everything. But that foundation of learning starts in that home.
That's
And,
true too. And
the
also,
teachers are to tap onto that, attached to that, and make the
exactly.
kids greater. You
But
know what?
listen, this is another thing parents don't realize. Of course, people say, "Oh, you ain't got no kids," but
It don't
that
matter.
you don't have to have kids. But one
You
thing
sure
that you
don't.
have to do is you have to have a relationship with the teacher. You cannot send your kids to school and don't know who the teachers are,
I
and
look.
that's the problem.
Yeah, because I may not go and know like talk individual to my son's teacher. I know their names. He give me the reports and stuff
Exactly.
like that, and I'll be like, how can I? My thing be like, how can I bless them? But my son be done already blessed them guys before I can even
Oh.
do it. He got a little favorite one, that AP calculus teacher. He loved
Okay.
her and whatever. But he be like He's 17, so he into like that anime and stuff. Miss D, he'll take the teacher a comic because he like the DC comic, or not
Oh,
DC, Marvel comics. He's more
uh,
Marvel. The only DC he like is Batman, but the anime comics, he'll do stuff like that or whatever
that's
and
cool.
stuff. But I told all my oldest and my son, because my youngest one, he's homeschooled. But I told them, this is what you do as an educator. I did. I didn't say BTP, but this is what I said. You go in there, you find out who your teacher is, you do that work. If you need help, you ask that teacher for help. If you want extra
Exactly.
credit and you don't feel like you did right on that test, go up there and ask that teacher, can you retake that test? You I promise you, it has not failed him yet. And he's going he graduate not this year. He graduate next year or whatever.
Okay, that's
But
cool.
I'm just saying, like, this is what I told them to do, because if a teacher, anybody, guys, you got grandkids, you got kids, or whatever the case may be, I'm telling you from what I've seen and what I know, if that teacher does not see that parent, and sometimes it could be different, they could really love that student and say, hey, I'm gonna do this regardless, like me, or
Right.
whatever. But sometimes everybody's not like that, so when they
That's
don't
true.
see nobody involved, the child nor the parent, that child not necessary, because they start that No Child Left Behind,
Right.
then they be like, oh, I'm gonna lay back, I'm gonna pass this child. But this is why your child go to the next level, and they don't know some of the things you think they should know, you know?
Well, look,
Because it's
think about it
easy
like
to hide
this.
behind reports, progress reports, and stuff
It
like that,
is.
you know?
But
And
think about it like this. It's 365 days in a year, right?
right.
Out of 365, maybe your kid is spending 180 days in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's almost like a job. They spend 8 hours with your kid. You have to, parents and the teacher have to have a game plan together. That's why it's very important for the teachers, the parents to know the teachers. Now
Mm-hmm.
today it's too much technology for you not to have communication with the teacher. Both
Right.
vice versa. You got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got text, you got phone.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that parents and teachers should have each other's number. There's no way that
Yeah.
you have to have they sell their personal number, because in actuality, when I thought about it, teachers are raising your kids. No,
Yeah.
no, they
Yeah.
are. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
They spend
Because
8 hours a day with your child. More, you sometimes they spend more hours than you.
it's even
Think about
longer
it.
than that with teaching pre-K, guys,
Exactly.
and we'll get back to Shamika. But teaching pre-K, I was there from 7 in the morning. Sometimes those parents would drop those kids off at 6:30. Those parents would not pick those kids up to 5:30, 6 o'clock,
Exactly.
and they have to go home. They gotta eat. They gotta they eat, take a bath, maybe watch 10 or 15 minutes of TV, and then they in the bed up the next day. That's
Doing the
during
same
the week
thing. Only
or
time you probably see them
whatever.
is on the
But
weekends.
yeah, but and I look, I done seen a lot of things behind closed doors, but for me, I use, hey, boss, we need to have a talk. My boss used to say, I ain't never had a talk with somebody. If Miss Alicia called me something wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm the type of person that I'm going to bat for the teachers and the kids. I did that for the whole 12 and a half years. You're
That's
not going to
good.
think, you're not going to call this child bad, even if they misbehaving. So what? Just because this
That's why
child
you
is
call the
2 or 3
parents. You find out
and,
what's
and
going on.
5 years old, that doesn't mean down the line at 10, they're going to be that same child or whatever, right?
Exactly.
And so, you meet everybody can't, people can be educators, but everybody can't educate, because you have to have the education and you got to have a heart for people to really, bring those kids out, because those kids got to be safe in those environments. If they don't feel comfortable, they're not going to branch out and come out, with what they know. They're going to be nervous or whatever. So yeah, you do have to like stay involved and stuff like that, because let me tell you, I had two of my students, they were sisters. I had both of
Mm-hmm.
them, and
Mm-hmm.
they're good parents, great parents with great jobs or whatever and stuff like that. And let me tell you guys, if that baby did not eat that school food, guess what I did when I went on my lunch break? If I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
Wendy's, if I'm going somewhere, I'm texting the parent. I'm like, I'm look. she don't want this food, and we already know because we're talking with each other. She
Right, she
already
picky
knows she's
eater.
not going to
Right.
eat that
Yeah.
food. And some
Yeah.
teachers like, oh, she needs to eat it. No, you can't force no child to eat something
No.
they don't want to eat or they don't
No,
like. You
only the
know what I'm saying?
parents. Not. I mean, I remember I just said all the, like the parents, but no, the real parents. No, no teacher shouldn't
Yeah,
be doing
yeah,
that.
the real parents have to do that. So I'll be like,
Now
look,
you know
don't
your
go no
mother tell
lunch.
you gonna eat or you ain't gonna move. Remember that?
Yeah, I
Remember that?
hate gizzards, guys.
But
I
guess
hate
what?
gizzards and
My mother
liver.
didn't have to do that to me because I was a greedy gut. She had to worry about that. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so I would go out and get them food and stuff. Hey, Keisha. So yeah, I
Hey
would go out
Keisha.
and get them food and bring it back or whatever. But I would text the parent, and let her know, hey, she's not eating this today. She don't want this snack. When I go on lunch break, I'm gonna bring her something back to eat. And these were parents that look. This was a school with teaching pre-K. They had it. They won't miss it for nothing. The kids won't miss it for nothing. But for me, I'm gonna pour into all those students. So if that child is hungry, I'm going to get that child something to eat. But I'm gonna let the parent know.
That's good. Right.
So okay, we where did we stop it? Okay, so Holsclaw she went on to play for 11 seasons in the WNBA, and she was drafted the first overall selection by the Washington Mystics in 1999. She made an immediate impact in the league. She won the Rookie of the Year award that season and earned all WNBA honors after averaging 16.9 points and 17.9 rebounds per game. She was also named All WNBA in 2001 and 2002. Holsclaw led the league in scoring in 2002 with an average of 19.9 points per game. She twice led the league in rebounds, collecting 11.6 rebounds per game in 2002 and 2.9 rebounds per game in 2003. Holsclaw played for the Los Angeles Sparks in 2005 to 2007, the Atlanta Dream in 2009, and the San Antonio Silver Stars in 2010 before retiring. Her career total included 4,716 points and I think it says 2,126 rebounds and 699 assists. Holsclaw
Now
won.
hold on. Okay, I gotta look. Did she get elected to the Hall of Fame or no? Or they still kind of
I
because
be,
like I said, she disappeared. She has the numbers, but I gotta check into that.
yeah, Ms. Z, check into it because I think so, but I'm not for sure.
All right, because yeah, I don't remember
I'm
her
not for
being
sure if she did or not.
because like they said she kind of disappeared a little bit a minute because she had the injuries and she had some mental things going on. So her
Yeah, yeah.
after the Mystics is kind of choppy. Her career, even though she had the points, it's kind of up and down for her.
Well, I can tell you guys this, Miss D. I don't know who was in ownership of the WNBA at the time, but they really respected Shamika, even though she went through what she went through,
Oh, definitely.
because they allowed her to go and say her testimonies, and they paid for everything. They set up everything for her to be able to do that, and she's still doing stuff now, going to different schools and stuff like that.
That's
Or
good. Yeah,
whatever.
I'm glad to see her out because she was kind of she
Yeah,
kind of
she's on. She has a
stayed to herself.
she has a I follow her on Instagram. So she has an Instagram page. She got two beautiful kids, guys. They young too, Miss D.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
definitely. Yeah.
they might be 3 and 4 or something like that, a girl and a boy.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. And so she's doing really good. That's her testimony. Going through all that and still, paving the way for people who deal with that mental health and
right.
outside of the NBA, and in the WNBA, because it's not just her. It's a lot of players. I just haven't touched on all of them. You would have to do them separate because everybody got that separate type of mental health that they went through. But you would be surprised if you research WNBA players, dealing with who have dealt with mental health and who still do. Because Kelsey Plum was one of them too. Where
Yeah,
she
she
did a
was.
shoe. She did last year. She did a shoe with Under Armour, if I'm not mistaken, to represent.
She went through a divorce. What's his name?
Yeah, I saw that. Mm.
And he made a video. And it was
Yes,
kind of
Miss
crazy.
D. Yeah. It. I said, what
So
whole
yeah.
thing? Yeah. Oh, Donna said she did. She got into she got
Okay, good. I forgot about
Hall of
that.
Fame in
It's been kind of
2018.
quiet because, like I said, she's a quiet um Hall of Fame player. She's been kind of quiet until
Miss D, but
recently.
if you go, guys, go look up, go on YouTube, look her videos up, her interviews. She do great interviews, Miss D. Like she really, you know how you listen to some people, you be like, oh, let me get out my book on my phone, start doodling or writing notes. She's not a boring speaker. She's very good.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
Right.
she's very good at speaking. But I'm saying that's not for everybody.
Well, it's a learned skill. It's a learned skill because I had to do a few speeches and I get real nervous and start stuttering and
Oh
hands
yeah,
sweaty.
right. That's why I said we could all, like, all of us could be sitting at a table, right? And I'm talking to you guys, we having fun. But if y'all say, Alicia, go get on that stage and like do a poem or whatever the case may
You
be,
freeze.
I am so nervous, can't get the words out my mouth, guys. It's
Mm-hmm. Mouth dry.
it's
Yep.
crazy work.
Yes, it is.
So
It's a skill. If you just keep doing it, after a while they say it get better. But yeah,
yeah, because I was sweating when K-Step and Brooklyn, I said, "Come on the panel, come on the panel." Boy, my hand, y'all just don't know. My hands was sweating real bad. I was like, and I'm just ain't nobody thinking about me like that, or whatever. And I'm just nervous and just I was like, look, you're not even in front of these people, you just on
right,
the
right.
panel. But I was like, oh my gosh. But I got past it because I'm up here doing a podcast, right?
Uh,
Um, so let's go into talking about Teaspoon. Teaspoon. What are some of her accomplishments? Okay, so Weatherspoon was the first player in the WNBA history to record a double-digit assist in a game, doing so in the league inaugural game in 1997. She won back to back Defensive Player of the Year awards in 1997 and 1998. Weatherspoon led the WNBA in both assists and steals in 1997. Her half court shot, I saw that one. Guys, y'all got to go see that one.
they play that all the time. That's the
I
classic.
love it. I love it, Miss D. Her half
And you
court
know what?
shot.
You know what? The
Yeah.
the the story behind that.
Well,
Her
no.
nephew died in a car accident, and that was like her son. She kind of raised him, so that was a
Oh,
kind of emotional for her. So that was a shot that he probably helped go in. You know what I mean? Her angel. They
yeah.
didn't win the championship, but that's the backstory behind that shot. Her
Thank
nephew
you, Miss
got
D.
into a car accident.
I did not know that.
Hmm.
Hey, K Step,
Hmm.
I did not know that. But
So
I was
that was her shot for her nephew. Yeah.
so it was
Hey,
right
K
at
Sap.
it was right before it, Miss D, that it happened,
Right
and you went.
after her nephew. That was like her son. She kind of raised him. That was her
Yeah.
heart. Yeah. I
So
think
she did that.
he was
Go ahead, Miss.
19 at the time. He was 19. He was born in
Oh
1980. Yep, she
wow,
was 19. So yeah,
that's tough.
that was emotional. You see how she acted after the shot? She stood there. She was crying. She was thinking about her nephew. So yeah,
I didn't
that
know.
was.
I just,
Uh,
I didn't get too deep because when I pulled them up, I can only
mhm.
find certain stuff on them. And let me
I
tell
just
you,
remember that. That's all.
well, that's good to remember because people
Yeah.
would love to know that. Most people probably do know that's what happened. That's why it helped her make that shot, and that was in the
Yeah.
finals in 1999.
Look, if it
Um,
weren't for the Comets, the Liberty would have won at least one championship. But the Comets was that team they just could not beat.
yeah,
They
that's what
could
I.
not
That's,
beat.
yeah,
They
and
had some decent players with Teresa, but she didn't have
uh
another big two like Cynthia Cooper, and they didn't. She didn't have that.
okay, because it was
She had
it was
okay,
it was Swoops, Cynthia Cooper and Tina Charles. I'm not Tina Charles, but Tina Thompson, right?
yeah, against she had some. Her teammates was okay, but she didn't have. They had no superstars except her, really, to me. So yeah,
Oh,
they couldn't get over that hump.
And they said that was
Yeah.
one of the greatest moments in league history.
Oh
She
yeah, definitely.
also and she was inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in 2010, and in the is that Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of
Dave
Fame
Smith. Yep.
in 2019. But guys, did you guys hear I think she was doing something for the NBA, the story about the frogs. Did you
Oh
hear?
yeah, that was
Oh
her
my god.
Hall of Fame speech.
She's a great storyteller too.
She
Like
is.
that, I was like, wow. I was just amazed by that little frog speech. That gave
It
me
was. Yeah, that was
inspiration,
her
you
Hall of
know?
Fame speech.
Yeah, so that was good for Teaspoon. Okay, so she joined New York Liberty, guys, in 1997. She led the league in assists and steals while winning Defensive Player of the Year. In 1998, she won for the second consecutive Defensive Player of the Year award. She won that. That was in 1998. 1999, she made her first All-Star team, and she hit the that's when she hit the iconic shot or whatever for the finals. In
Yep.
2000, she was selected. She was a second All Star. This was her second All Star game, and she helped lead the Liberty to another WNBA Finals appearance. In 2002, she made the fifth consecutive All Star team, and she um and she reached the WNBA Finals for the fourth time with New York Liberty. And also 2004, she played her final WNBA season with the Los Angeles Sparks. So she ended with the Sparks, but she started
And
with
I forgot
Liberty.
about that. I forgot about that. She ended with the Sparks. That was kind of weird. I forgot about it.
Yeah, so that's amazing too. But I okay, guys. So do you think like if her and Cooper, if they had to play in the US more, that they would have some of the same accomplishments like Cheryl and
Yep.
I don't think Shamika played overseas.
She did.
So
She did because
Shamika played
usually,
overseas
yeah,
too?
but a lot of players after the WNBA season, and they go overseas. A lot of them do. No, not now. They don't probably because they make a little bit more money. Little more. I can't say it, a little bit more money outside. Like Angel said, she wasn't gonna play overseas because she already make a lot of money. So she just keep. Asia don't either. She don't play overseas. She probably haven't played overseas. I don't think she ever played overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so but back in the day, they didn't make money like that. So they was
They
trying to
had to
get
go.
all the money they can get by playing basketball.
Oh
So they
wow.
play overseas. Yeah,
And so they don't even like with them playing overseas, they give them credit for it, but they don't give them credit. Like it's not textbook.
not credit counted towards the
Okay.
WNBA numbers. Right? No, no. But
Oh
yeah,
well. That.
see, you have to realize Cooper. Like I said, Cooper was 35,
Mhm.
and Witherspoon was in her 30s, and then their greatest accomplishments was happening in college. So by the time the WNBA started, they was a little bit older.
Right.
So of course they didn't get the number, get to play as long as they could have. It didn't start
Oh
in their
okay.
20s. They started in their 30s. So yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Oh,
you know how they
see,
go.
that's a difference maker too.
Right.
Wow. But
Yeah.
they all, I mean, I looking at them and looking at the league now, what would you say how do you think all four of these players, you can break it down, how do you think these players impact the game today? What do you think? What players would you not compare, but what players would you say have some of the skills like Swoops, Cooper, Holsclaw, and Weatherspoon?
Hmm. Trying to think.
Do you think any of the
Um,
players in the WNBA has met the greats? Because all of them are the
far
greats.
as I would say this. Swoops was the first 3-and-D player.
Hmm.
Far as shooting, she could play defense, rebounding. So I get that to Asia, a little bit far as the 3-and-D type of do it all on the court. So I would give it to her.
Okay.
Far as swoops, Cynthia Cooper. Hmm. Hmm. The modern Cynthia Cooper.
You know,
I don't know. I can't think.
what position did Cooper play?
She was shooting guard, but she played some point.
Okay.
Yeah, she played some point, but
Hmm.
she's mostly a shooting guard. I'm trying to think.
Hmm. Cooper is
I really
hard.
can't compare anybody to her as far as the guard's concerned. And
Okay.
on defense, I would say for as far as Witherspoon, because she was known more for defense and offense. Uh, hmm.
What about Shamika? What player now in the WNBA would you say has some of her skills?
When she's on a Ryan Howard, um, a fee.
Okay. You
Yeah,
you
because
put
they're
Fee in
around that same size, 6'1", 6'2". Yep,
there? Okay.
fee and
And
Ryan Howard.
who would you give for Teaspoon? Teaspoon now Teaspoon
Her
could have
skills are kind of interesting. I can't think of nobody because I- Angel has that she has the even though there's different sizes and different positions, she has that fire like Teaspoon have.
yeah, I
And
saw that.
Teaspoon had the ability to make her teammates play above what they do, which Angel do.
Mm-hmm. That
And
okay.
people tend to draw to her. So I would say Angel has that Teaspoon, even though she's taller than Teaspoon, and they play different. She just had that tangible that you can't teach. That's why I would say Angel has that Weatherspoon in her.
What about do you think also do you think Dejanay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. As far as the defense, yeah, one that
Yeah,
can play
as far as
defense, that tough and
the
gritty.
defense.
Yeah,
But you
tough
said
and gritty.
Teaspoon did both. She did the defense and the offense, right?
No, she was
Oh,
okay
you said more.
offensively.
I know she was more
She's
defense.
a defensive player, but
Okay.
her tangibles was ability to bring her teammates together. You know, her ability to have her teammates follow her, like her tough play. That's why I say
Okay.
Angel has that.
So would you put Angel also beside Swoops?
No,
Okay. And why
not
not?
yet, because she don't have the offensive presence and swoop stuff. Nope,
Okay.
not yet, not yet.
I know who I just got it. I just got it now.
So
So
I say
the
Phoebe because
next one
she's a little bit more polished. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
the next one should be who we say Tina Thompson, Don, Lisa Leslie, because I think Lisa Leslie
Lisa
she got a lot of accomplishments too, Miss D. Don't sleep on Lisa.
Lisa is a look. Asia play a little bit like Lisa. A younger, Brittany Griner. Now Brittany, that's what
Hmm.
the younger Brit
Hey Brian.
before Brittany. Hey Brian, before Brittany had problems with her feet because she's not the same. Her feet, she has so many. She got bad feet right now. She's older. She got bad feet.
Mm-hmm,
But when
mm-hmm.
she was younger, a lot of Lisa Leslie, Asia played like Lisa Leslie. Built like her too. Long and tall and got long legs.
Yeah.
She could shoot. She's more far as they build and some of the things they do. I think Asia shoots a better jump shot to her right now than she did because Lisa, when she was in her 20s, didn't shoot a consistent jump shot until she got a little older, maybe
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
early 30s. Yeah.
And
So
okay,
Lisa,
so like
Asia,
okay, so they go different seasons, they come with different accomplishments. So for
right.
like Asia, what season was that she started to, come more out of her shell and be um, be able to dominate pretty much
Who
everything?
Asia?
Yeah. Was it her second year
I
or
would say her second year. She was drafted in 2018, not too long ago. So I'll say her second year, you start to see more her complete package. You know,
okay.
going to the
Okay.
basket, shooting the mid range, shooting the three, just complete package. But like I
Mm-hmm.
said, that Lisa Leslie and her, they kind of remind me of each other in certain aspects. And she got a little Tina Thompson in her too with the 3 and D. So she's a mix between Tina and Lisa and me, as far as the skill sets.
Skill sets.
Hmm.
Okay.
D got
Okay.
a little bit of a little more Tina, a little more Tina.
So was out of all of the four, was Swoops the only one with the Nike deal? None of
Yep,
didn't
I think so. I don't think they had. No,
they didn't have shoe.
they
What
didn't
about
have shoes. They had deals. You know, how some people just have a deal with a
commercial?
not yeah commercials, but also did Cynthia did have a shoe? I'm not sure. I think Cynthia had a shoe. She might have had a shoe. I don't think Tina
I
did.
know Teaspoon didn't have a shoe, did she? Did Teaspoon have a shoe?
No, but she
I
had
don't
a
believe
contract. I think with Reebok. I think she was with Reebok, and I think
Teaspoon was.
yeah. So she, some people just didn't have a shoe. They just had like a deal. You know what I'm trying to say? A deal with the apparel deal. She didn't have a
That's
shoe
fu-
deal.
that's funny how that's all coming together about Reebok and everything, with Teaspoon and Angel and Dejanay. She got her commercial out. I just saw that. That's a
Oh, that's
nice
good. Oh,
commercial.
that's right. She did. But you know who hooked her up? Angel. Now, see,
Of
you always say
course.
Angel. Angel always, if she like you, she hook you up. And one thing I think they should bring back. It's gonna sound funny. I was saying it in a chat the other day.
Not no
Um,
Bobos, Miss D. I'm just messing.
huh?
I'm just messing.
What you say?
They used to say Bobos that make your feet feel fine.
Oh yeah. Remember the Nike pump? Remember the Reebok pump? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
now
Is
Lexi Brown, she's nah, she's okay basketball player, but
We ain't
um
messing with her. Is that the
her
one that was?
father is D Brown. So
Is that?
why don't they have D bring back D Brown for the pump and then bring his daughter on?
Wait a minute. Is that the one that was popping off at the mouth about Camilla and Angel? You talking about that Lexi Brown?
Huh? What she say about Camilla Angel?
Is that the one you talking about? Cause she
Oh,
she Lexi
Lexi is
Brown.
cool. Lexi cool with Angel.
Wait a minute now. Is that the one? Let me get this story
Lexi
right.
Hall, not Lexi Hall, something like
Not
yeah
Lexi
Hall.
Hall. I'm talking about Lexi Brown. Is
No,
Lexi
Lexi
Brown?
Brown was cool. She cool with Angel.
Oh, is she with Reebok?
Oh, Cooper did have a shoe deal. C4. I forgot about that. She did have a deal. Donna said she had a deal. Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, with Nike. Okay.
But Cheryl was first. Even before Cheryl hit the court, she had her deal, of course. But no, Lexi cool with Angel.
Miss D,
Huh?
is Lexi a part of Reebok?
No, I'm talking about her father. They should bring back. I don't know if she has a deal with Nike or anybody, but her father made the pumps kind of popular because he won a slam dunk contest.
Oh, well, is he cool with Shaq?
I don't know. He should
Because
talk. They should talk to
that's
Shaq
what I'm
about
saying, right? Because they will buy those.
those pumps.
Look,
Yeah,
Dion had his
have
mama
her.
on that commercial, and he has mama in that chair like a queen with them Nikes, and them Nikes look bad. They were tight.
Yep.
Represent. So if he can bring them back, Jordan can bring all his shoes back. Why can't the women do the same thing too? Bring their
Exactly.
shoes
Bring back
back.
the Air Suits. I buy the Air Suits, especially
Advertisement. It's about that advertisement when it comes to the
right,
WNBA.
because especially they got Angels shoe selling out. Come on, y'all can do it. Y'all
Right.
can do it.
They're not thinking like that. They thinking like the now, but the now had to come from somewhere. There had to be a starting point, such as Swoops and Cooper, and Shamika and Teaspoon. There had to be a starting point for the WNBA. So why not, give these women, well, either bring back a shoe or do a special for the greats. Like, why not do that? Do
Right.
you know how much that people would love that if they did that? Regardless, they will actually buy it, especially because everybody has looked up to some of these players, growing up. So it would
Exactly.
be a good deal, to have
Look,
them.
Staley's USA jersey. I see a lot of people still rocking that.
I don't blame. Well, let me tell
They're
you
still rocking
guys.
Don Staley stuff.
You know what's so funny with our children and the kids now? What they call themselves, Gen Zs, whatever they call
Mhm.
themselves, or whatever. They love our old school stuff. Like
Exactly.
they'll talk about it and stuff, but then with their friends be like, "Oh, this is tight." They'll go get it and rock it and everything. You know what I'm saying?
You
But
know
they,
the crisscross. Remember the crisscross braids? How
yeah,
crisscross. Now, only difference of how they wear it now is that they line up the little line up in the front of they line their hair up. But
yep,
they rocking the same. Chris Ross didn't do that, but they lined it up back. Now they line those same braids up with the little line up. Now they've
mm-hmm.
been rocking that since the '90s. Come on,
And them
Chris
shoes,
Ross ain't new.
them shoes you can barely walk in. Look,
They look the Patrick Ewings. They back. They got some new Patricks. I saw.
no way. They
Mm-hmm. They
got
got
some
the
new
different
Patricks
colors.
out.
The Chris Cross used to wear the Patrick Ewings every now and then.
Yeah, Patrick
All type of
Ewing
stuff.
said people used to wear them. I always, but for me, I've always loved Reebok because Reeboks are comfortable.
Yeah, they
Um,
are.
and I'm a Reebok van type of person. So like when Carter B launched those Reeboks and they had so many different colors, I was like in love with Reebok again because Reebok had colors back in the day too, and for
They
them to
did.
start bringing them back. But also Reebok is a comfortable shoe. With Nike is okay for me, or whatever. I just don't stand by allegedly how they treated Alex, how they treated some of the players,
Yeah.
far as the deals and all that kind of stuff. Now I do want to ask, okay, so when Asia when Asia was saying that they were coming out with her shoe, when they were saying they were coming out with Asia's shoe, did they do that after CC or did they do that before?
They said they was working on it 2 years prior, but I don't know. Who knows? I
Hmm.
don't know. But I'm just happy that they sold out. That
Oh,
that
but
they they they
them
proven it
now
wrong.
I'll get this only to support her or whatever. But I do like the color. I'm a color type of person. It's an artist thing, guys. But I like those blue and pink ones. I even like the ones Angel got coming out. I don't even know if they're out yet. The new ones, I like them
They
too.
are.
The white and pink ones, I like them too.
Yep. The pink one's out. The blue one just came out today.
I
I
like
want
the
the blue
high
ones.
top ones. The blue ones are the
I
blue.
like her. I like Angel's the engine ones. I like the engine, the red ones. They kind of smooth.
Oh, are they red? It's red and white. Then it's not
Yeah,
pink.
it's kind of pink, but some of them got gray and red. That's real
Oh,
nice.
I'm gonna have to look at it. But
Uh,
when her shoe really come out and she dropped because her Reeboks, she is the first one for me that I seen besides the Cardi B ones that they are fire.
but listen, she has to come out real. She got to come out with her commercials fire because Asia commercial was fire before they last week or 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Miss D, this is Angel Reese. Angel Reese.
I know. I'm saying she got to top Asia. She got to top
You,
Asia's commercial.
you
Man,
know she coming out to represent.
we don't
Watch
see.
what I tell you. The way that she sets her stuff up and then she
We gonna see.
delivers, it's gonna be top notch. They're gonna play that commercial too many times. You're gonna get
Yeah, her
tired.
shoes is fire, Donna Cox. Yep, yep. But
Yeah, they did Asia
Angel's gonna
right.
be nice.
They
Angel's
did
gonna be nice too.
yeah, they did Asia right with those Nikes. They did
They
not
did.
disappoint
Yep. I don't
or
want the pink.
whatever.
They kind of too bright, but I do want the blue ones. I take the blue ones. I take the pearl white ones. Now the black and
I don't
with the
want to do
pink.
white, Miss D. Cause Miss D, you know how you get them white
I
shoes. You gotta get
know
that
the scuff
cleaner.
up.
You
I
gotta get everything
know
to go with it. You get them white ones. I said,
they get
I
scuffed
the
up.
blue. Mm-hmm. And then you be mad.
Yeah,
Guys, I would take the put case and play shoes in his backpack and be like, okay, you want to go play on the playground? Let's get them play shoes out. Oh,
exactly. Even
look,
though it is basketball shoes, but still,
yeah. I'm like,
they cost
I be
they
so
cost way too
like,
much.
yeah, I be trying to wipe that stuff off. You be like, now you know good well you can't blame nobody but yourself because you bought them for him.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's all you got to do when you get them. Just get your little cleaner and get everything and set it off, and you'll be good to go, Miss D. Don't I wouldn't get them though, but hey, it does go with everything. She didn't come
I
out with a
wanted.
black pair though, did she?
Yeah, she did, but it's only No, she
I didn't see
for
the
certain
black one.
people. Like
Oh,
I want
oh,
the black one with the pink, but that was only for her, and it was kind of, I don't know. It was kind of, yeah. I
because
know
I
her
know,
best friend Alicia Gray got some, but she said no, I'm not selling these. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
oh, you
That's
know
her
she
best
ain't.
friend.
Gray is tight with money. That her and her brother was doing TikToks and stuff. Gray, she gonna save her some money. She ain't look.
Oh,
She don't.
definitely.
Yeah, it was funny, but they was doing this challenge or whatever, and it was like he was like, I forgot what the name of the challenge was, but yeah, she don't play about her money.
No, you
Which
know what's so funny? I love her accent. She's so country.
yeah,
Her
yeah,
little
she
accent,
but she
like
and
Vegas.
she's so cool and everything.
But she
Okay,
seems like a cool person.
yeah, Miss D. Now we getting ready, guys. They already advertising like no tomorrow on the TikTok and the social medias about this first game on Saturday. And
Oh
I know
yeah.
some people say they got the fever, and I know some people say they got Chicago.
Well, the Wnba hiding from the smoke. You know, come on, Dewana.
That's what my girl
They
MVP
brought they
Keisha
brought
said.
Natasha
Keisha said
Howard.
that.
They brought you. They brought Sydney for the championship experience. Come on, they bring y'all in to win a championship either this year or next year. They didn't bring y'all in just to bring y'all in. So you cannot say, "Oh well, no, it's not like that." It is like that. When you bring in the vets, then you got CC and AB. They brought y'all into the win a chip.
Look,
Period.
guys,
That's how it go.
I want all my Wingstop gift cards when I say this. And I want to look and y'all come back to my channel. Y'all say ADP said this. Look, Chicago is going to surprise everybody. Watch what
Definitely.
I tell you.
They
What
got to stay
because
healthy, but yeah, definitely, definitely.
but see that goes for them. That goes for all the other teams too, Miss D.
That's true.
Everybody banking on these certain players to do the job, but they got to put that, they got to take that in consideration too, because what Angel got her at the end of the season, you know but she was able to play pretty much her season, so you just never know, or whatever. But I got Saturday, guys. I got the Sky.
Oh, definitely.
But I have to go with MVP Keisha on something too, because those refs. Keisha said she was gonna say the fever, because you got to key in the refs too, and you do like be prepared for those refs to call
Look,
some
look. Somebody
crazy.
said that Jeff brung the white girls on the team to counteract the refs as far as letting pushing off on CC. They was the people that's good. They could push CC without getting all the foul calls. No,
No, they
I like
didn't. Miss D.
that. I know that was funny though.
They
That's why
don't.
they drafted. That's why they drafted HBL and they got a sleuth. Man, the sleuth.
Well, I don't know. We gonna have to see, but I have the fever winning that upcoming game against the Sky on my list. Brian, give me that list. Take that, give me that list right now. Don't look at that list. We not having that. You gonna make me see. That's why I ain't even getting no wings. Stop saying it, because Brian said the fever gonna win, and
Well,
I
you eat Wingstop every week or every day? No, that's what y'all message.
no, guys. This is what happens, right? Every maybe like every 2 weeks I'll do wing stop or whatever, but most of the time we cook at home and stuff, because a lot of
Definitely,
restaurants, their recipes and stuff have changed, right?
that's
So
true.
Wingstop is my favorite, because they got these sweet chili wings or whatever, that I like. So like when the games, even when we the WNBA last season, Wingstop was my thing. But I'm telling you, I was so into the games, Miss D. My wings stopped getting cold. I had to put it in the air fryer, because I really be watching the game. I tell the kids, no talking. The game is, my kids know the game is on. I don't want to hear nothing. Even with my wings, so I eat that in private. That's a private date. I can't be sitting
Ah,
with
that's
nobody else.
your chill.
Yeah.
Wingstop in the game.
So I'm like the collection plate. I make up, put the call in, and I'd be like, hey, I'm doing my family collection plate. I need my wing stop, and stuff like that on my what my son's father, we're not together. I'd be like, I'm really today is the game and I'm really nervous about this game. I'm feeling a little, overwhelmed. And he'd be like, okay, Wingstop, send me stuff for Wingstop. It work every time too, guys. But so like yeah, probably every other week, depending on how the sky play, we'll see how Wingstop go. But Miss D, you can't like since I don't eat heavy. The older you get, you learn. I don't eat a lot of heavy food like I used to, so I have
Right.
to prepare my body for Wingstop because if you don't prepare your body for Wingstop, then you're gonna be sick on your stomach. So that means I'm not like really a breakfast eater or whatever, but I have to eat something like a bagel or something, just something to put on my stomach to build it up. So when I do put that heavy wing stop, and I don't get, but like sometimes most of the time I only get like 10 wings, guys, and I'm an easy fill up type of person. It don't take
You
much
get
to
the bone
fill me
in or
up.
bone out?
Oh, I gotta have that bone in.
Me too.
My
Boneless is okay, but yeah.
my daughter and my grandbaby boy, you talking about somebody that won't waste no meat on the bones and y'all.
You put the
They
whole wing in
tell
your mouth and
me,
just slide it out. But look,
yeah.
so Brian Allen said I had the Sky going 22-22. No, I think they will have a winning record. Brian, yeah, they have a winning record.
Wait a minute, Brian. How many games? What, 44 games, right?
No, they have a winning record. They ain't gonna be like the Dream. The Dream made it to the playoffs without a winning record with Tanisha Wrong. That's why I call her.
But it look like they're gonna look like the Dream. I think this is me. I think the Dream. I think the Dream, Chicago. Who else is it? Hmm, maybe the Sparks. I don't know. But those two teams most definitely gonna surprise everybody. Most
Yeah, I like the
definitely.
Sparks too. We'll see how Kelsey Plum lead the youngsters. They one of the younger teams. They
Well,
kept
Kelsey
saying
can't.
that they kept saying the
Let
Aces is not a younger team.
no. Well, the Aces. You already know the Aces gonna be up
Look,
there
this
in
is my
the
idea of
championship.
young team. I said 18 to 25. That's a young team.
Oh,
26 on as a prime team, and then the rest is as far as the players. 18 no, it's a player, not the team. 18 to 25 is a young player. 26 on is a prime player.
so look, you
26 to
see,
34. 34 on is a over the hill. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
what do you think?
What you say?
You think Kiki on the Mystics, right?
Yeah.
Is she cool, with Angel? I need to know because I ain't got time to be
Oh,
rooting
I'm
for
not sure.
players.
Kiki disappointed
But
me. I think she would have been higher. Kiki disappointed me. Yeah, she would. Kiki kind of disappointed me with USC. I felt a lot of times she was not aggressive.
well,
She didn't know.
you
She didn't
talking
know
about
what to do
Nigeria?
with.
You talking about Kiki Nigeria? Kiki.
Yeah, she
Oh,
wasn't aggressive a
really?
lot of time. No,
That because I have okay. Well, well, you know what? She probably felt like she ain't had to, but in the WNBA, she done started. So uh,
you had to be aggressive because, like I said, yeah, you got to be aggressive.
somebody told her something because
But
she
that's
ain't.
why I thought Kiki. I was so kind of selfish. Kiki should have went to the other USC, South Carolina. She would have toughened up on that team.
Well, she toughened up a little bit in the preseason. Now she
Oh,
gonna
that
have
you
to.
know what? Sophie Cunningham, please. What she did is
Well,
Sophie.
we know
Sophie.
we.
Sophie is a fake bully. But
Oh,
here,
I
Donna
know that.
said
Oh,
Sky got to
allegedly,
stand 10 toes down the whole game. All cylinders to go. They played together. Should get the dub. Yeah. Yep. I agree.
Donna, my precious look, Donna. I'm going to a 20, Donna. Look, if Tyler Marsh, I like you. Okay, look, I'm working with you. At first, we had Nola, and look now, I'm working with you. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Please have them rotations together on Saturday. Even if you don't have it all together, just make it look like you got it together. Please don't let it like that last preseason game. That rotation was a piece of work. I couldn't. My eyes was hurting.
Oh, she said Kiki was playing. That's true, but they had Kennedy. What's her name? That was the coach fault. Kennedy Smith. Was it Kennedy Smith? They had players that she could play in her style. That was the coach fault that she was playing out of position. They had the players, but they just had the
Yeah.
bad coach. But anyway,
Mm,
yeah. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. They need to make the rotations right. I'm concerned about the sky bench.
Well, he need to do the make sure the rotations are right, and also like have your and it was preseason, so you ain't gonna show everything, but have your backup plan when Salute is not in game.
Exactly.
Please have a backup plan. What you got? Okay? So now you have to work with what you have, and you got
So
all
okay,
these.
hold on. Is Ariel playing with Snoop or she's coming off the bench? What's going on?
You
Because
talking about
it don't.
AA
Yeah,
Ariel
ain't
Atkins?
Ariel right? Ain't she the point guard too? Ain't she a point guard?
She coming off the bench, I believe, right?
So okay, you brought her here. You brought her in. You gave her a lot to me. You gave her a lot. So she has to come
Good
in,
God,
and when
crazy.
Snoop is not in there, she has to do her job. Come on, Ariel Atkins,
He got all them good coaches and
Coach
trainers in
Whisper.
there.
She do
Yeah,
whisper.
yeah.
That's all I want you to do. I want you to do. So you know what Jeff did? Jeff think he's slick. Jeff talk. Oh yeah. I was happy with what Tyler brought in. Tyler didn't bring those players in. You brought the players in. So when they fail, they gonna look at Tyler when they should be looking at Jeff.
We
Jeff
already
think he's
look.
slick.
Everybody look.
Hey, Jeff, come on, Jeff. You think he's
I
slick?
can't look, guys. I can't even listen. That name. That name. That made me. Oh gosh, I'm trying. I'm trying without the dartboard and the darts and everything. Like I can't every time. You
They
know how
need new man. They need a new somebody to sell their team. They need something because that's Jeff got to go. Yeah, Jeff is Jeff.
I don't know what he got to do, or where he need to go. But I know one thing. What Bro Clock said, he is on the clock because this.
Because guess what? He didn't want Angel. Now he would have drafted Camilla if it wasn't for Spoon.
I look,
Angel would be somewhere else. I don't know
man.
what team Angel would have been on
If they had a gate, but you know what?
because I don't think he wanted Angel. Remember she was number 7. She was slipping. So
Hmm.
if uh Spoon went on that team, I mean, wasn't the coach, they wouldn't have picked her.
And that was a blessing for Angel to get picked by Chicago Sky because she was able to shine up there.
Yeah.
Her and Camilla, even though they had to deal with all that other stuff, and cause that's why year 2 is going to be a great season for them.
LA passed up on her. Can you imagine Rakia with Angel or
Mm.
Rakia with Cam Brink?
And I
Really?
and they went ahead.
LA said they messed up. They were like, we messed up. Duh.
Yeah, that would have been all them teams. That would have been a great thing. But
Cause
I
just
tell
like
you,
the Sky, they had 2 picks in the top 10. What
yes,
was LA
yes,
thinking?
Donna.
What was they thinking?
I don't know. I don't know. And with that list, MVP. Look, I keep calling her MVP Keisha because she MVP, guys. But that
He
list,
didn't want to draft Brian. He did not want to draft Angel.
we
Now
know.
he wanted Camilla. He was not going. It was Spoon. Cause look, okay, go back and look at the
Brian, hold on. Brian say in Jeff P. I trust. What source said that Jeff P. didn't want to draft Angel?
look at Jeff face when they drafted Angel and Spoon was like yeah, and Jeff like go back and look at that it's a video somewhere of the draft room.
Listen, when I watch,
Yeah,
when
sure
I
Reed,
say
but you know what? Sure, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, A to B.
when I watch every game, I watch every game, guys. People look discern, not just discernment, body language, body movement,
Exactly.
face expressions. They don't hide. You can see
He
them
didn't want Spoon or her.
when he watched those games. Okay, yeah, you could be into the game real serious, but every game you don't have nothing on your face, but hey, he might be like that. That just
And
might
just
be
guess what? Donna said Cheryl Reeves. Now Cheryl do not play rookies, but
she
that was
don't
one rookie. That was one rookie I think she would have played.
didn't didn't
She don't like to play her rookies like that. She really don't.
wasn't Feely on her team,
Yep, she didn't play her. You
and
know
that
that she
and I'm
they didn't
glad
play her in
she's
the
signing on
playoffs.
a different team. Isn't she on a different team now?
Nope.
She's still on the same team.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
think,
okay.
if Angel was on that team Minnesota last year, they could have possibly beat New York. They needed that Angel presence. A Fee next
Brian
to Angel.
Brian said Teaspoon said in the video, "Trust your boy." Jeff P traded up to draft Angel.
No, he didn't. No, he did not. Go back and look at the draft day when Teresa Witherspoon was all excited about getting Angel. He had that look like come on now, come on Bryant. Look at the facial expressions.
So what Brian is telling us to do is to see what happens for year two. Well, not year. I mean year two with the rookie. Well, they're not rookies anymore, but just to see what happens this year. I think that's where he's coming from with this. I think.
Donna agree with me. I think the Lynx could have won the chip with an Angel, even though she
Of
was a rookie.
course, of course.
That's what. Look, listen, that's what was missing. The the series was closed, but the series is won because um the Liberty big player they had big girls. Sometimes the Lynx was too small.
Mm-hmm.
No, they couldn't handle Jacquel. They couldn't handle Sabali. They couldn't handle Febich. They was kind of big. Minnesota kind of small. They
Yeah,
needed a bigger presence, and they didn't have it.
Miss
No,
D.
he didn't.
Guys,
No, Brian. What draft? What you looking at? No, he
Brian
did
is
not trade up to get Angel. No, he traded up to get the seventh pick, but he didn't want Angel because I think that they only had the 10th pick. I think.
mm-hmm.
I mean, they only had what Camilla. They only had the third pick. Camilla was third, right, or
I think
second?
no, Camilla
Was
was
she second?
oh, was she second?
Because
Was
you had Cam Brink number one. Cam was number one, so she was second pick. Then
okay,
they
Cam
traded to get
okay.
the seventh pick, but the seventh pick was not Angel. That's not that. That's they didn't say nothing about no Angel. And when Spoon drafted Angel, Jeff didn't have that excitement look in his face. He didn't. He
Yeah.
wasn't really like, yeah. Spoon was happy. Happy. Go
Yeah.
back and look. Go
Yeah.
back and look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I think Peely could have helped a little bit on, as far as perimeter.
Yeah, cause she doing so good. Well, wait a minute now. If she's still on the same team, I hope she just not using that girl and just playing her in the preseason. Then when we get ready to start in the real season, she
Listen,
put
that
her
was
on the
another
bench.
difference. That was another difference. New York trusted their rookies. New York
Mm,
trusted their rookies. Sabali was Sabali a rookie? No, Phoebus was a rookie, I think. And
yeah.
yeah, I think Sabali was a rookie or a second year player. Only player that didn't play was Markeisha Davis.
Oh, Camilla was the third pick. Donna said.
Right. So they traded up. Camilla was a third pick. They traded for that seventh pick, but it wasn't gonna be Angel if it wasn't for Spoon. I had it no doubt in my mind that he did not want to draft Angel. No, no, no. Angel was not on his mind.
So look, guys, I know we they got it set up for these five fever games and all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? But what about Chicago against Minnesota?
Go back and look at the tape. He keeps talking about go back and look at the tape, Brian. He did not look happy to have her. Spoon was all excited. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
He said he told me I accept your apology. Where you go look at it, Miss D. He told you go. He said go back and look at it,
I
Miss
did
D.
look at it. I looked at it a few times. He didn't look at his face. He did not want her.
He talking about he gonna accept your apology when you find when you find out.
Find out what? What I need to find
but
out?
but listen, guys, this
He did
year
not trade up for her. He traded up for another player. Spoon talked him into getting Angel?
Miss D. Brian said. Now this what
Because
Brian said.
what? He don't understand. We thought Angel was good, but a lot of GMs didn't see value in her
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
They didn't see value in her game.
Hmm.
Come on now.
It's okay, Brian. We can agree and disagree. It's okay.
Right.
If
Go
that's
look.
what
He wasn't happy. Look at his face.
if that's what you believed, and that's
All
okay.
right.
And that's what Miss D believed, that's okay too.
And go back and look at how he was happy to see HBL. And we know the Angel is better than HBL. Go back and look. But go ahead. Go. What you want to say? I'm sorry.
And now she being messy like Keisha, messy. Miss D
But go
being
ahead. What you want to
messy.
say?
She threw that in there. I was saying, how everybody like focusing on like the fever in Chicago, but Minnesota and Chicago looking like that's gonna be some must see games.
Oh,
Like
definitely. You know why? Because I want to see. Look, Fee's still mad about the Unrival.
she is.
Not
Listen,
her, Bryant.
guys, tell me this now. For me, I'm teachable, so let me tell you. So as I'm like, I'm just, I do like certain like one day a week or whatever the case may be, whatever I do. But best believe I'm watching KSAP, I'm watching Bro Clyde, I'm watching Keisha, and I got to get up on watching my Brooklyn, and I'm watching them, and I'm sitting back watching because I got an L, watching them because I have a teachable spirit, right? So you sit
Hmm.
back and you watch so that you can learn, like, when it's your time to come up, you be like, hey, I could do it like this, I could do it like that, or whatever the case may be. What made Fee think that if she teachable, she done showed us she teachable. She done showed us every time you run your mouth, I'm coming back and I'm gonna prove you wrong. When you teach somebody something, why wouldn't you think they're gonna put that into their game?
Right. Especially, she's a quick learner,
Not
especially
only
Angel.
not only did you teach her, your husband taught her too.
But
And
then she came back with Lisa Leslie before then.
yeah, and also, and I see why when Keisha was pulling up that talking about Sawtooth, when she pulled up that little clip,
Hmm.
Lisa was in there helping Sawtooth too. Um and Unrivaled. She was helping her too with her game. Not probably not as much as Angel, but she was helping more than Angel in you know helping them with their skills and stuff like that. Right. So what makes you think she's not gonna take that and go with it? I think what surprises people, like you said, Miss D, that she's a quick learner. She probably was surprised that
Right.
she picked it up so quick and then turned around and say, hey, I kind of gotta use this on you.
Well, listen, people forget Angel before the major injury. I don't know if it happened earlier in her Maryland career or late in her high school career.
Hmm.
She had to learn how to play differently. She had that growth spurt, and then she had a rod put in her leg. She had a lower
Yeah,
leg injury, so
yeah,
she already had the guard skills because before she that growth spurt, she had to play guard. So, but she had to kind of relearn how to do certain things because her body was different because of the rod in her leg. I'm sure her
yeah.
body was different. So, yeah.
That's why I was glad Keisha was able to pull up because I didn't see all her games. I didn't watch her in Maryland and all that stuff. I had started watching her at LSU, but that's what I love when they bring those clips up where people that don't know can actually see the skill she's played or whatever.
Hmm.
Now, what I kept noticing, and I'm glad that Bro Clyde and Keisha and all them they explained it, what position she's doing now, because I was like, I know this look different. Angel's not
She's a
playing the
point.
same.
She's a point
Yeah.
forward, which means she's going to bring the ball up more than she did last year, which
So
is
what was
good.
she? What was she last year?
She was more. She the same. She's going to play a little bit more three and not a lot of four. Not
Okay.
not a lot of power. She'll play a lot of small, but and that saves her body because remember last year at the end she messed up her hand again in Rival, so
I
she having
know.
a problem with her wrist and stuff. So all that banging.
Yeah.
And look, before I say that, I know it's kind of off topic, but remember on Rival. Fee was bullying everybody in the 3-1-3. I mean, 1-on-one tournament. Remember, she was bullying Boston Edwards. If
Mm-hmm.
Angel participated in that, she would have won, not
I
Fee.
know. I
Remember
know.
at the end, she won.
I
She won her
know.
own tournament. Come on now, Angel would have took it to her, but she was injured. I think she's injured. That's why she didn't enter. She was kind of her body was kind of banged up. But I said,
Yeah.
dang, I wish Angel would have did the 1-on-one because
And
all the she was bullying everybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, she was. But you notice in that last preseason game, she ain't want had nothing to do with Angel Block. She gave it to somebody else when she getting that ball. Most of the time she was giving the ball away so she wouldn't have to Angel wouldn't block her. I love the chemistry between Fee and Angel. And maybe it is just the game. It could still be just the game and she's just upset with the game and not the person. It could
No,
be
no, it's not personal. She's
yeah,
she's
it's not
more
personal.
she's
It's not
competitive. She said, you know what it was? She's the veteran and she didn't want to be outdo by the second player. It was nothing personal, but she didn't want the young girl to, get at her. Younger
yeah.
girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
You know,
That's all.
it's
Yeah.
it's all in the game, but that you're right, Donna. That's gonna be a must see game every time. You talking? Look, I'm not even the Fever games are the Fever games, but when it comes to them links in that Chicago, it's gonna
Hmm.
be a different story because I'm curious to see how this getting ready to go. Like,
I just wish the Lynx would have got some bigger players. That was one thing that they needed, that 3 and 4, and they still kind of small to me.
somebody needs to get it together, and when these kids, not kids, but when these players are drafted from college and you done told them that they gonna have they good to go, they need to have something like a G League for the women.
I was thinking, I
Why
said,
don't
if you're
they
not,
have that? Why don't
I
they
don't
have a
know.
league for the women? Who's gonna start that? Because something has to be done. This was the worst I've
But
seen.
you know what happened? You have a lot of guaranteed contract players that should not be in the league. No disrespect, or if it was a younger player, they should be cut. Like you got Kirsten Bell of the Aces. Deja Kelly should be on that team and not Kirsten Bell, because Kirsten Bell got drafted
And
in
she was on
22
it
and
TikTok
she barely
talking
played.
something.
She has not developed. Kirsten Bell has not developed.
Oh, she was up there on the TikTok talking.
Yeah, I know that exactly. Get off the TikTok and get in that damn gym.
She was like,
Get in the
"Look,
gym. You been on
look,
a team. They give you opportunity when you ain't taking advantage of it. I love her. She's sweet. She's funny as I don't know what. Sid Colston. I say Bree Hall should be on that team and not Sid. But guess what? Both of them players got guaranteed contracts. Dana, Keisha Kirkpatrick Evans should not be on the dang on Aces. Okay, Dana Evans is a whack.
okay."
Dana
I want
Evans
to
is
I want
whack.
to ask you guys, and I
But
and I
Goon
know
love him some Dana Evans. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Goon love him some Dana. He don't play about no
Oh,
Dana now. You better not talk about no Dana Goon in there. Goon say Dana MVP and stuff. You look, you
that's
better
true. Angel has hindsight and a high IQ for the game. Friends off the court. Yep, that's true. Yeah, remember
yeah,
she cool
I
Camilla
believe
off the court, but she was pulling Camilla hair and busting her lip. Yeah, she could be something else.
yeah, but I think what I like about that chemistry is like, yeah, we was playing, it was all about being competitive or whatever and
Right.
everything, but I get to know you now. I know what you're about. I'm watching you, you're watching me. So the chemistry with Angel and Camilla only got stronger
But
because
listen,
they're
I'm
on
gonna
that
say
same.
this. It's gonna sound crazy. Angel instigated that fight last year or the year before last. She instigated that, and she wouldn't. She was injured. She was on the bench. You instigated that. Now Camilla had to push her Flaw down, and Flaw brother got you instigated that by pulling hair, and now everybody was talking trash, but she was pulling hair and throwing elbows. But you know what? Though? You know what kind of cracked me up?
What?
She never get no pushback because this is not the first time. I know it's kind of off the subject, not really. Stay with
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
Uh, Aaliyah Boston get a bad reputation. She
Oh,
really what's her name? Brittany Griner wanted to fight her, because Leah played physical and she do play with her elbows a little bit. And then the other night, one of the Dream players, one of the got in her face said, "Hey, watch them dang on elbows." And Angel played the same way, but nobody in WNBA confront her at the end. You notice that? They don't confront her about the elbows and she pulling hair and doing all that.
Look, Miss D, you ain't got the Miss D. You ain't got the.
But guess what? Aaliyah Boston is the deaconess. I call her Deaconess Boston because you know she's very religious. I call her Deaconess Boston.
Yeah, she said that's how she said that's how she deals with like her any type of mental health and stuff. She just goes to the Bible and stuff like that. Yeah, she was up there. They had did a thing of the rookies coming in and how they deal with certain stuff, um, or whatever. And that's what she had said in that.
But listen, Brian said that's true. It's too many guaranteed contracts. Both Ruthie Herbert and Dana. Yep, Dana Evans, her and
Hey,
Kirsten Bell and Sydney Colston, players like that. You should cut
right.
them in favor of the younger, better players. Because a lot of these players that they cut is better. They better than the players that you kept, as far as the guaranteed contracts.
Well, Brian, somebody needs to speak up and say, give the WNBA like a G League. Like you doing it, like
I
they
think
doing
they're gonna
all.
do that. I think the reason why they don't do that, I noticed that
We,
because the
we,
highest, a lot of players only get paid $78,000. So I think if they raise the pay raise in the WNBA, then they could take that 78,000 and put it in the G League. You get
they
paid
gotta do something. We need to
right.
sign, we need to sign something. This would be the year to do it because of the way they was cutting them players left and right, and
Exactly.
it was ridiculous. So I don't know who need to start it or what needs to be done, but something needs to be done about that. I know Kathy ain't gonna listen to my email, my voicemail, but I'm
They
just
should do
saying,
that too. And also with this G League, what you can do is when the player get injured, if you had a G League, you just bring the player up that's in the G League.
right?
And then
It's
or the player playing bad, you take them to the G League and have the other player come up. See how
and
you
then
can do that?
I bet you they'll
Yeah,
get right. They'll get right. They'll get it together then.
exactly. Because Kirsten Bell knows she don't deserve a roster spot.
Kristen
She
said, I
just
don't
taking up
care.
space.
Look, she said, I
They
don't
not
care.
playing her. They not playing her. They
Well,
played Sid more than they played her last year.
let me tell you something. Look,
She's just a cheerleader. She's a high paid cheerleader.
allegedly, we don't know what people know or what people got
That's all I'm
on
saying.
allegedly,
Look,
but
like
oh, Brian
uh,
said, Brian, why you think that, Brian? Brian said he don't think that'll never happen. Why you think that? Explain to me, because I want to know. Because I was
they
like,
need that
they
because
need
even with
it.
injuries, you need to bring those players up, and
They need to have something.
they need to stay active. As far as you don't want them to let's say if one of your players get injured and they playing overseas,
Mm-hmm.
you can't call them up because they playing overseas. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to say? I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, you're right. I wonder why he say that. Hopefully he'll post
I
something.
wish Canada had a league because then Canada is not as far as
Canada
other
get ready to have a team. Miss D, right? They get ready to have a
the
WNBA.
Toronto. I'm talking about the whole league though, not just not the
Oh, okay,
WNBA,
not just a
because
team.
that'd be closer to home than going to Italy or going to China. It'd be closer to the United States. But
Cause why did what team is Serena? She's a part. She put money into the Toronto.
yep, Toronto Temple. That's a horrible name.
Oh
I
my.
always say that look, they should have called like a T Rex. They should call it something similar to the Raptors. The Temple,
Yeah, yeah,
the
I know.
Temple,
Look,
the
I
Temple. That's horrible.
I
Oh,
I
that is
don't
horrible.
I don't know, but I'm like something got to give for these players because some players, yeah, they'll go overseas and
I think they right. You don't want them to go overseas. You want them to
you.
stay here just in case if your players get injured, that you could call them up. You still have access to those players if you have a G League.
So you think a team will field a whole G League team? Do you know how much money that would cost a team? Look, Brian,
The NBA better NBA
they
better help.
claim they got it all like got it like that. That's what they claim. So why
Well,
not?
guess what then? Why don't Unrivaled start being like a
Oh,
competitor? You know that?
what'd you say, Miss D?
Or we need a rival team. We need a rival league like the ABL. I was saying that. Remember the ABL?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why don't they have a rival league? Why
Something.
don't have some players put together like what Ice Cube was doing? Put together at least about 6 teams
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and have some similar to the WNBA.
Donna said WNBA got to get out the negative before they can consider that. Oh, okay.
That's true. That's why I said get an ABL type league.
Well, Donna, they could have been out of that negative. That never mind. It's not. Sometimes not what you do is how you do it. And because it's there, the ideas and being creative is there, but
What's that league? It's a league that it's the twins. One play for the Houston Rockets, and one play for my Detroit Pistons, and it's on it's a like developmental league. They didn't even go to the NBA or the G League. They came straight from that league to the NBA. And they need
oh,
something similar like that. They need something like that.
anything for like the way they just did all these cuts and stuff.
They need something like that. Or want the NCAA sponsor a league. The
But
NCAA they could put their money into making a G League. The WNBA don't have to pay for it. Have the NCAA pay for it. They get a cut of
mhm,
the money. The WNBA get a cut of the money. Why don't they do it like that? Get the NCAA involved.
I don't know, Miss D. They need to do something because this ridiculous. This stuff keep happening year after year. Like this don't make no sense.
Because
Oh,
even they expand the rosters, you still gonna have some players that's off the out of the league.
so what do you guys think about the cut of Diamond Shields?
Oh, I ain't like that either.
She was on TikTok talking about it too, Miss D. I couldn't even watch. I passed by because I
And I
like,
wanted and I wanted her to win because remember, she came back from that
yeah. What
her
people do
yeah.
they know how hard that is?
Yeah, because the way she was her
Like,
body was, I didn't think she ever walk again or do. That's a very amazing story, you know. But like I said, you got Kirsten Bill taking up space. You got Sid
Brian,
Colson taking up
no,
space.
we
You
have
got
not
Dana
seen
Evans taking up space. You got who else taking up space? You got cheerleaders that you ain't gonna never play.
Yeah, yeah. You got a lot of players you ain't gonna play like that, and those girls, especially
Brian, it don't
they
matter how
they
many people in the stands. We talking about developing the players. That's why you do like you do an Unrivaled. You don't have a Unrivaled. What was smart about Unrivaled is they didn't have too many seats. They only had like 500 people in the stands, and that was
mm,
okay. Make it small. It don't have to be big like that. And
because
then the NBA need to step up too. Okay, say it. Why don't the NBA pay to have the G League for the women
they
connected to the men?
because they probably didn't want the women to ever play basketball. I'm just saying, I don't know. Allegedly,
That's
I
all I
don't
have to
know
do.
because
All I have to do is connect it to the men's G League.
they don't want to do that, Miss D.
Like
They
I
don't
said,
want
I
to
don't
do
want to
that.
spend no more money on the ladies, huh?
They don't want to do that one.
Or why don't the NBA go to the NCAA and say, look, we need a women's G League, and like I said, NCAA get involved, and they pay half, and the NBA pay half. I don't know.
Somebody got to speak. Somebody got to speak up for the people that can't speak up for themselves. Those young ladies look forward to that, and whether we agree or disagree, they got on. They were able to get on the list, and their name get called. Something has to give where they can at least let me play and let you see my game and stuff in a different setting from college, and then we can talk about me.
Well, Brian, they could still had them had unrivaled do both. They could be unrivaled in the summertime. I mean, after the league, after when the NCAA is playing, and then unrivaled could be like the G League during the WNBA season. Do it like that. Why
I
not?
think I think
They could do
that
both,
yeah, I
right?
think since Unrivaled just starting, But in I think in the future, I think a rival probably will start playing college players and stuff.
But what I'm saying is, get together. Fee need to get together with Ice Cube. You need some investors. That's all it is. Get together
Hmm.
with Ice Cube, and Ice Cube can get into the NBA type thing by
Yeah.
having unrivaled during the WNBA season, play regular type basketball games, and then keep the unrivaled concept after the season. You know what I'm trying to say? Still be 3-on-3.
Hmm. Yeah.
They could
Yeah.
keep that unrivaled, but during the season they turn to like a G League. Talk to Ice Cube. Maybe he want to invest. Talk to some investor. That's all. Talk to some people that's gonna piss some money up. That's all. That's what
That's
WNBA
pretty
need
much,
to do.
yeah. That's what you got to do. Somebody got to say something.
Do
That
6 teams. Do 15 on a roster. You can have 15 in a WNBA roster, so somebody won't be left out. I guess. Hopefully, do it
Brian
like
said.
that.
He said the sky should have waved diamond this year last year.
I guess I don't know. I don't know. 'Cause I'm just trying to figure out how some of these players like I said, I keep saying Kirsten Bell, she must know some secrets.
Because
Because the reason why I say that, because the Aces cut players, I'm like, they cut her already? They would bring in players and cut them within a few days. I'm like, you didn't even get her a chance.
and well with
What's
diamond,
going on with Kirsten that's so special that you kept her?
right? Brian, I have to say with diamond, just seeing her testimony and to see where she came from, I think maybe I don't know who the people were around who was training her, who a PR team, who all that had going on. I think they could have figured out something for Diamond, like a better plan, so that she could continue to play in the league some type of way. But I don't know. I just think it's a way you do stuff. Like you waited all this time to do that, and you're not even a. I ain't even gonna go there, but
That's why I wish Canada had a they do, but I wish they make it bigger so that they can have the people that didn't get drafted and have some more teams so you could be closer to home. I know Canada is a different country, but it's closer to the
mhm.
United States than any other country. And so is Mexico. So Mexico and Canada, y'all have to get it together. So so some of the players can go close, stay closer to home, stay closer to the states. Even though
Yeah,
it's not ideal, you
yeah,
know.
Brian, I get that. You're right. It is a business. I think, but these players, I don't know.
Well, if
I'm
it's a
more,
business, why is Sid Costa on team? Why is Dana Evans on team? So yeah, it's a business, but you got players be like, really?
I think it's like it is a business, and it's just the way you go about doing
It's
people.
politics though. It's more than a
It's a
business. You
lot of
see a lot of
yeah, it's
politics.
a lot of
Yes.
politics, but I feel like this. Just be careful how you do people and how you set people up, because you can have this big job and be a billionaire, and the next day you have zero. It can happen,
Right.
you know, even if you got the biggest title, or whatever. I just she Brian. I ain't even watched the TikTok. I just went past it
Yeah, I can't. I
because
ain't watch it yet. Yeah.
I ain't even get into it, because she was like, "Why wait this long? Just go ahead and tell me," or something she was saying. Something she
Exactly.
or whatever. But that's just like Deja Kelly. They played in her face like that. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
she better. But like I said, the Aces always do that. It's like that player played pretty good, but they get rid of him, or they bring him in one day. How do you expect them to show you something, and you wave him one day later? Like I said, come on, Kirsten Bell. People jumping on her, but you know what? No, they shouldn't jump on her. But unfortunately, it's the truth. You're not developing. You've been in the league almost 3 years now. You
Mm-hmm.
don't play, so what do you do? Are you like a crash test dummy? Are you just a practice player? If that's the case, you wasting space.
Right.
You are wasting space. And then, like I said, the Fever gonna be okay. As much as I like Sid Costa, she might have to retire. She's a good podcaster. She's a good person to do skits and stuff. She's very entertaining, but she cannot play no more.
It's too many. It's too many. Um, it's too many. Ball hit. What you call it? Not ballers, but it's too for the fever. It's a lot of hero ballers. Let's see.
Yeah, see, Dana got a good. You're right, Brian. Dana got a good agent. There's no way Dana. Come on now, Dana. And then you go to the from the sky to the Aces. You go to a even better team. And
Okay,
then the Aces. Why did the Aces pick her up anyway? Because the way she acted towards Camilla and Angel, I wouldn't want that energy. She came off very jealous and sabotage. But you put I don't
and
get
then
it. But
you
go ahead.
go up there, and then you go up there with Teaspoon, good friend.
And the press conference, right?
You don't think nothing. You think she gonna go? She gonna go on TV and say, "Hey, I drafted Dana because." Mm-mm. Let me. You got to be. Listen. You have to be careful how you treat people and what you say and what you do. You got to be careful because
I'm trying to
T-
figure out did Kennedy
Teaspoon
beat
gave
up
you grace,
Dana?
huh?
Did Kennedy beat up Dana? Because remember, remember all the banging in the locker room. I do what of that. Because come on now, I don't know, but I choked Dana too because she seemed like she just uh, uh
Allegedly, guys.
a
Allegedly,
starter.
this,
You're
this,
right, allegedly. I wish you could see my hands. Allegedly, air quotes.
oh my gosh. Oh,
Yeah,
Donna said Diamond was under a 1 year contract in 2024 to see her recovery progress. Plus, she was a member of the 21 championship team.
oh, she was. I forgot Sid played for the Sky before she
She
came
talk,
to.
she talking about Diamond.
I know I'm talking about. Brian said Sid played for the Sky.
Oh,
Sid
she
haven't been
did. Oh wow,
right. Sid haven't been good probably since she been in the league since 2013. She had been
really?
good. Yep, she been in the league that long. So I would say since 2017,
Oh yeah,
she
they
done
might.
been good. It's been a long time since she been good. Good.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
I get like you said, it got like really good agents and stuff like that. But it's really gonna show on this team on this fever team with the hero ballers who gonna
Exactly, because they can't bring her. Somebody was saying she's the worst pickup. I hate to say that's my girl, but yeah. Um, they had no backup for CC. No guard play on the bench.
mm,
What you gonna do with that?
I don't
So
know because they're putting
she gonna
so
have a
much
lot of pressure.
they're overrating them and they haven't even played in the season yet.
Well, the problem with that, you're right. And I like Dewada Howard. A lot of people didn't want her. But a lot of people they got is kind of long in the tooth.
Hmm.
You get older veterans, not just kind of like maybe early 30, late 20 veterans. You got mid 30 veterans.
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, I don't think Howard mid 30s, but Dewana is, and who else?
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, because
you got
so
old
people,
heads.
yeah, and they probably wanted that up there, but we're gonna see. But they got them being all on this GM list. This, and I kept saying, mm. You know what? It be the very team that you want to put last, or you want to try to play that is going to shock you.
Dallas gonna
Chicago,
shock me. Only thing about Dallas
oh,
is
Dallas gonna be.
Enrique has to now realize that she's on the clock and that it's Paige team. And she thought Paige coming to help me. No, Paige coming to take over.
Oh, let me tell you, you think they don't watch that social media? I know she done seen it.
No, she didn't want to say, "Oh, I'm cool with Paige," but she
Yes.
didn't do it. She didn't do a lay. Lay to. Oh, I'm cool with Latson and left. Well, she said that she wanted to go back, but Don said no. But I know why. well, I'm going off subject, but I know why that Don didn't want laid back because I think her mom got on her nerves. But that's a different story. But go ahead.
Oh, Brian said Erica Wheeler is much better than Sydney.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, to bring
after
her back.
Erica Wheeler, but Erica Wheeler gonna be the starter. No,
We're
no, she got traded. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of
yeah,
something else. She
uh-huh.
gone. She
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Erica Wheeler is. You're right. I'm thinking she's still on the team. Duh. You're
And
right. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't pay Erica that money, but hey,
and then Donna was saying, Mo Jeff, you know how Po Mo Jeff.
yeah, okay.
Donna say Mo Jeff.
I'm not worried about the guards. I'm worried about the bigger
She talking about
players.
wasting a spot. Mo Jeff
No, I
wasting.
don't think she wasting a spot. Um Rachel Banham is wasting a spot. She can't play defense, but
But look, don't sleep on Rachel when she hot, she on, right?
yeah, but you need the defense. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, she hot, but you gotta hide her.
They be taking that ball from Rachel like it's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta hide her on defense. That's not a good. That's not a good thing for a team. If they gotta hide you on defense.
I know most are hiding some plays and stuff. I hope they got some good plays for Rachel, you know, or whatever for the season. We're gonna see because one game in the season ain't gonna be able to tell us nothing, for Saturday. That's just the beginning. And everything is a learning experience when it comes to these games. But I'm telling you, they've made it clear that they have something against Chicago. And guys, I believe little Paige in our chat. I believe she right. I believe you see what she
And
said
she is.
today, Miss D, on Keisha channel. She said that all these teams, not mentioning Chicago Sky. She said, I believe they're afraid of the Chicago Sky on what they're gonna do this year.
Yeah, in a certain way. Well, I won't say afraid, but they don't give her respect for certain. Angel get respect. I will say that.
Oh well,
I know. I trust that Mo is gonna be okay. Rachel, like I said, her defense. You
Mo
gotta
ain't did,
play defense.
Mo ain't did now. What, Miss D? What you talking about? Mo chilling.
No, no, I'm saying Rachel. Mo, I know Mo will be okay. I'm not worried. Like I said, I'm not worried about the guards. Rachel, yeah, she good on offense, but the defense. If you can't play defense, it's gonna affect that team.
Yeah,
Because I have to cover for you. I have to cover for you on the floor because you can't play defense. That's not good.
well, he got the team. That's what he wanted. That's what they wanted. So they are gonna have to do them girls right because they
Well,
chose them to stay on it. They chose them to stay on that team. Now you got to choose to figure out how you gonna their play is gonna tie into these games. And
so,
it's not
but we'll see because, like I said, Jeff putting the blame on gonna put the blame on Tyler if they don't, you know, achieve what they need to achieve. I'm not saying championship, but a nice, decent run in the playoff or even making the playoffs. So he better.
they gonna make the playoffs. Watch what I tell you, Miss D. I'm telling you, they it's almost as if they crucify Chicago Sky the way I seen that list today.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
they just
that was
crucified
have a
that
weird list.
team.
That lets you know these general managers they don't know what they don't know what's going on.
They don't know what's going on. They just doing a list. There's no way you know what's going on and created that whole list. But they did it on sometimes people do stuff to try to set your energy off, try to set the energy
Mm,
off for the team. Or whatever, so they don't, but they gonna dominate regardless. It's a strategy they're using because you don't mention this team not one time on this list, not one time on this list. You got an agenda. You got an
right.
agenda.
And Fever and Cece was on almost all the lists. Like really, really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Donna says all to keep the rivalry hype going in the media. They know Sky's up and coming. Yeah. Yeah.
Look, a fake rivalry, a media rivalry. They don't even
Yeah,
think of themselves a rivalry.
they want to see how people react and all that kind of stuff, and cause them socials blowing up with all this stuff. So you right, Donna. You right. They put that out there. They go. They caused the fire, putting that out today. And sometimes I'll be like, when I was listening to the whole thing, when Keisha was going down the list, and I was just shaking my head. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to put that on the side and just move forward and just keep going for my team, because I like, look, we got a game on Saturday, and I'm not gonna let nothing steal my joy from this. But I didn't even see the list, so I'm glad they did a live on it to bring it to everybody's attention, because that list was ridiculous. Like it's like they just put some. It's like they just put something together. It probably won't even the owners that did this. It probably was their team, the media team and stuff that did this.
Well, they said it was the GMs, but I don't know. But look, Brian says championship or bust. But guess what, Brian? Dewana Bonner tried to run from it. Dewana Bonner like, I don't want no parts of it. Now, CC said, yeah. Dewana like, no. And that's not good. You want your vets to be like, yeah. You don't want your vets to be like, well, see what happened. But just, I don't know. You know, I didn't come here for that. What you come here? You know what it was? Dewana just took the money because Indiana had extra money to give. That's why you got all these people to come in, vets to come in. Not good vets, but decent vets.
Yeah,
Because they had that money.
yeah, because they're gonna probably up and leave once the new year, once that CBA come in. They're gonna
Hmm.
all them probably they are not.
But even they had the money, why would you take your butt to Indiana? Those fans could be, come on now.
I know, because soon as they start, that's why I be like taking up for AB, because I know AB going through it on that team. I'm
And
be
then I'm
sure.
mad because she can't move. 'Cause she had this year and next year, then she can move. She's 23, she'd be like 26 by the time she leave.
Who AB?
Yeah. They
Oh,
picked up the option. They picked up the, unless they trade her. They pick up the option.
oh, they try to trade AB. They want to. Somebody gonna pick up like hotcakes
Oh yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, but you said championship a bus.
Bannon won't even be on Indiana roster next season. We are.
No, she won't. But we talk about this year, Brian. They said they the media said they supposed to be a championship team this year. You know.
And I don't even know why they put
And then
that.
who going to Indiana unless they get drafted? Nobody gonna be like, yeah, I'm going to Indiana Fever. They had to
I don't.
draft players to go there.
Yeah, and
Nobody
then
gonna
why
go there
put that
voluntarily.
pressure on that team like that for the other players?
Huh?
I said that's a lot of pressure putting on the teams for the other players.
Well, they veterans. You took the money. You already knew what time it was.
Yeah, I guess they probably you know what, Miss D, they probably said we just gonna take this money. We already know we're gonna get the heat. We seen how they do. We seen how they do
Yeah,
the
they should have
first.
known when they took that money that y'all supposed to be veterans and good veterans that people was expecting y'all to win a championship. That's why they bring y'all. That's why they bring Stephanie White there, and that's why they bring y'all there to win either this. Well, definitely this year. If you don't win this year, they go be all on you. But like I said, nobody going to Indiana unless they get drafted. They're not gonna be volunteer to go to Indiana. Who wants to go there with those
And then
fans?
and then another thing, look now, get them tantrums together this year. Get them tantrums together, because them
Yeah,
tantrums.
right. They will. They will blame somebody else.
No,
That's what I understand.
you
I
can't.
got mad at these veterans, but I say, why y'all take y'all butt to Indiana? But I thought about it. I said they took the money. Don't go. Why would you go to Indiana? Then these same players like Dewana was complaining about the fans being racist and all that stuff, and you went to the same organization
So
with those
I
crazy
hope that
names.
I hope that when they decide to go to this team, I hope that they got mental health therapists. I hope they have people that they can see, because the hate
That's exactly.
that they were giving AB.
But she got drafted. She can't help it. They picked her up, but they went there voluntarily. Why?
Yeah,
Why? I
but
don't
I'm
know.
saying they hated
I
on
know.
Kelsey Mitchell and AB so
But
bad.
Kelsey stayed. Kelsey could have left too. I don't
They
know why
hated
Kelsey didn't leave. Why didn't Kelsey leave?
Money talk, BS walk. That's probably what it is.
Yeah. So I ain't trying to
I'll
be, I'm not trying to be
It's
mean
money.
spirited, but that's on you. You already know what was going on. You should have left.
Right. Right. You can't say you can't say nothing. You can
No.
say something, but Miss D, you would have taken the money to 200K. Some people, some people.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna put right. But I'm not gonna. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's 200K, but no, I
Would
don't
you,
know.
Miss D? So
I don't
that's
know.
what Brian said. So would you, if they offered you that money, would you go to that team even though you know how the fans are?
I would take it, but guess what? I'm not gonna go. I can't complain no more. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for me. But like you took that, you already know these fans crazy. That's on you.
That what they well, Miss D, that's what they saying. We gonna take
I
this
don't want to hear
money
about the fans calling you names that they don't supposed to be calling you. I don't want to hear it. You
because
took that
it
money.
does when they be
You
doing
dancing
that.
the devil.
Yeah, because it taps into your mental. That
Yeah, if
taps
you
into
know,
your
but you know
mental.
they gonna do that. Why would you go? I know it's 200K, but all money ain't good money. You got
Right.
if you want to take that money, that's what you gotta go through. I'm sorry, I don't want to hear you do a press conference or walk away a year later. Oh, no fans is a trip. I'm like, well, you took 200,000, 200 K. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, you took the money, so I don't want to hear it. Don't want
That's
to hear
right.
it.
That's right. You can't say nothing because you
You
already
already know
you
no
already
fans
you
crazy.
walk you nobody didn't put you in the lions den. You walk right into the lions.
Exactly. Like, oh well, I deal with. What my 200K at?
It,
Mm-mm.
he said Brian said they better not cry like Dana is it. Brian, don't take us back.
Right, you gonna do a press conference. Well, it's the
Brian.
fans. They would treat me wrong, and all they want to talk about CC and CC and CC. I don't want to hear it. You already knew that.
Mhm. No, I can't deal with this. My mental. Uh-uh.
All right, right,
You
Donna.
walked yourself, like Miss D said, it's a difference. You walked yourself into that lion's den.
AB don't have no choice. She got drafted there. Like I said, only
Yeah,
time a
yeah.
player should go there is they get drafted. Ain't nobody go like, but they ain't gonna get no free agents. Now, not no younger free agents that go there. Ain't nobody going to Indiana play with no CC. You know, she's a good player, but the fans are trip. They too much.
And
They
then
too much.
Izzy is on the team with her girlfriend, right?
Purple thing. Yep.
They were making all them TikToks. I had to keep. I said,
Can you imagine that? Look, you got Dejanay and Lissa Smith, not Lissa Smith, not Lissa. I always mix them up. Not Lissa Smith, not Lissa Smith. And then you got Izzy and Natasha Cloud. Can you
interesting.
imagine it? Huh?
That's what
Go
I
ahead.
said. I said Natasha Cloud and Izzy are interesting. Cause
Right, because she's so taller than her. But
no, I'm saying because Cloud, she figured out who Angel was in Unrival, so she
mm,
respects her more. That's got to be something.
yeah. But look, can you imagine in the NBA like that? I'm going to play with my boyfriend. You'll never see that. That's
I
interesting.
think I think Dejanay and what is Erica? Is it Erica
Alyssa.
Wheeler? Is that who she
Alyssa Smith.
Alyssa Smith? I think
Mm,
they'll kind of be all. I think they'll kind of be all right because they they know why they did what they did. They know why they on the same team. So
well,
um
guess what? The general manager said I wanted to. I brung Alyssa so I could get Dejanay. They wanted to play together.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's they know like they're not walking into the Lions Den. They already know what the game plan is what I'm saying.
Well, they
So
don't have no pressure on them. And, even though Paige there, they're not expecting Paige. It's her team, but they're not expecting Paige to win a chip no time soon.
yeah,
They just want to go to the playoffs.
yeah, taking that pressure off, that's a lot. That means a lot to, especially, it's like they get a breather this year. Yeah, they gonna try to. downplay a lot of stuff, but
They
you know
are.
how you go to a team that they are ride or die for Teaspoon. I'm just saying. I'm just one look. Check this out. One goes to the team, you know that they tight, and then the other one goes where you know they don't play about Teaspoon. The minute they tried to play her, New York lifted her up like no tomorrow. And they got
Yeah.
her out the house. They got her out the house. They got her to come out.
Yeah. New York, they always, yeah, they still love Teaspoon.
So and then you go to that then you go to the team. Okay. I'm just saying, like, you gotta be careful what you say about people and how you do stuff. I'm
Yep.
telling this gonna be your year that you're gonna probably make. You might find it might be this year, might be next year, but one day you're gonna find out. You know, everybody like that's just like teachers' jobs, they're not easy. Coaches' jobs, they're not easy. They don't just have to deal with the players and their
But
development.
she
They
didn't get a
got
chance. People say that people they she didn't know how to do offense. I don't think that's true.
yeah, she didn't get
They
she
gave her disgruntled veterans. They gave her you had two rookies, so you got two
mhm,
rookies, disgruntled veteran. Um, Kennedy was not the only one that was causing or allegedly causing problems.
mhm,
They put all the blame on Kennedy and Spoon for the problems
mhm,
with the Sky. No,
mhm.
no, because the veterans would have did their job. The Sky would have played better last year. That has nothing to do with Spoon. You didn't even get a chance. You didn't even get her a chance to 1 year.
And you got to be careful. Allegedly, I'm just saying, if you held back your skills for the wrong intentions, you got to be careful with that too.
Right. But hopefully she get another job. I hope
I'm
so.
just saying, you see how your friend stuck on the team. At least you own a team. At least you own a team, even though you stuck on that team and you can't lead that team. At least you own a team.
Right.
You know, you you say what you want. That lady gave all y'all a fair chance. Y'all just wasn't doing what y'all needed to do, and y'all can't be mad at the coach for that. But
They sabotage her because now she not coaching.
that's
And
all
they
right.
ain't do
That's
they ain't do her no favor in the press conference by complaining about I don't know.
but you know what, Miss D, Teaspoon. Let me tell you now. You know, Teaspoon ain't got to worry about nothing. She
No,
ain't
but I
got to
like
worry
the way she
about
handled it. I like the way she handled when they did an interview with her. She said,
nothing.
what did she say? Ah,
You talking about the one where she said she didn't see it coming?
no, no. I saw that another one. God, nobody can. God basically got me. Basically, what that's what she
Oh
basically
yeah,
said.
I've been following her on IG, and she the most inspirational person.
Oh,
Guys,
definitely.
look, every time Kennedy, Camilla, or Angel do anything, Teaspoon is on it. She on it.
Yeah,
And also, even Unrivaled, she's on it. She like her some De'Erica, I noticed. But
she will, Donna. Yep, she will. She do.
she will, Donna, if she not helping somebody behind the closed doors, because you don't never know what somebody doing just because we don't see them out and about. You just never know. But yeah, she gonna be back. I really wish they hadn't hurt Lisa Leslie feelings because these teams sure could use her coaching, you know. I'm curious to know what team it was that didn't want her to coach it, be a coach.
Yeah, the Sparks when they hired Lynn Roberts. I mean, I know they wanted to go up tempo. She was a coach of some kind of smaller school. I never
Hmm.
really heard of her. And Lisa Leslie is a Sparks legend.
I know.
And you ain't give her a chance. You let Kurt Miller coach. Come on now. We know Kurt Miller is a disaster.
That man, that
A disaster. He a hot mess.
ain't gonna continue to
You
do
didn't
your.
play Rakia. They drafted Rakia. You sat her on the bench, and then when you finally played her, they played good, but it was too late because they already was going downhill. But if you would have played her earlier, the Sparks could have been a playoff team.
Yeah.
And then you just didn't play. You didn't play Zaya Cook.
Oh, Brian said, yeah, that's true, Brian. He was like, Izzy was promised a starting position by James Wade when she signed with the Sky in free agency, but she was injured the whole year and didn't realize she had to compete for that position in
But
next
she
season.
should understand. Yeah, James Wade was gone. What you talking about? James was gone by the time it was Jeff. Jeff became the general manager, and you was injured, like he said. And also, nobody could promise you anything. Angel, you was a starter, but see what happened is when Angel came in, she beat you out. You was a starter, but you were so arrogant, thinking you just gonna show up. Angel came to wreck shop. Angel came in to take your job. You didn't realize that. James gone. Where James at? You know, different general managers had different uh,
Yeah,
time.
that's the only thing about managers. When you moving in and moving out, you don't know what to expect from each one coming in. They gonna be different. There's gonna be some things one to accept and one won't.
Yeah, but James promised her that, but James was not there. So expectations change.
Yeah.
And like I said, Angel came in with something to prove because she probably felt like, dang, I'm number 7. Even though that's not a bad pick, but she probably thought she was better than number 7.
Yeah, and then they just kept talking and kept talking and kept talking all through the season. She kept showing them, kept showing them, kept showing them. That's why I say all these stunts they pulling, and that girl got what was Angel with she got the most what is the no she would have had the most rebounds if she had finished right, or
Yep.
is it,
Yep.
she still got something for she still got something for the WNBA that nobody had that she still got the most of. I forgot what it was. I don't know. I have to look it up,
Was it
but
rebounds? In the most double doubles. Those were double
it
doubles,
may
right?
be. Well, what they gonna say when she started on them triples? I'm just saying
Exactly.
she's gonna start doing them triples this year, guys. Get ready for it. I'm just saying because if they cannot do them, if they can't do them rebounds, I believe Angel in for a look. She may not have to do it every game, but she gonna be in for a workout, and she gonna achieve it, but she gonna be like tired, a little, more tired. But I'm gonna tell
That's
you like
why.
this: Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso, and Michaela, they coming for some necks.
Oh,
Watch
most
my
rebounds from a rookie by a rookie.
huh?
He said Brian said most rebounds as a rookie.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Brian.
I thought it was double doubles.
I appreciate that. But yeah, those three are my three right there for this for the Sky 2025. Angel, Camilla, and Michaela.
Yep.
Who you got, Miss D?
For a 3 for the
Yeah,
Sky.
everybody else will come into play. I got to see how everybody else do.
Angel, Camilla, and Sloop.
You got Angel, Camilla, and Sloop. Who you got,
Yep.
Brian, for your three for Chicago? Donna, you too, and whoever else in the chat. Put your three that you have for the Sky that you know that they're gonna like dominate. Oh, you have a feeling they're gonna dominate this season.
Like I said, they the bench had to show up too. I
Yeah,
think that's what the Fever's suffering from too.
yeah, they do. Because now you got
I'm
them
not
on
worried about the starters. Yeah, I'm not worried about the starters.
that Miss D, but I like that starting. I like that the first
Oh
now
yeah, starters, right? But
the first
you don't
rotation
want to
I
tire them
like
out.
guys. Huh?
You don't want to tire them out. They got a lot of guards on the bench. They don't have no big threes
Oh
or
yeah,
fours.
I think Ariel. Okay, he got Angel Reese, Camilla, and Ariel. I think Ariel
Yeah,
is gonna. Huh? Which is
she
which?
good, but like when Sloop. it's not. They gonna start both of them. Move her
I
to
don't
like a.
know, Brian. They didn't start both of them for for the starters, did they? I don't think.
Hmm,
I know it was Angel. It was Angel, Camilla, Sloot. Wasn't
I think Kia Nurse.
Oh,
It should
Donna
be
got
like
the same three as
it should be
Brian.
Kia Nurse, Angel, Camilla, Sloot, and Ariel, and then bring HBO off the bench as a guard. That sounds like a good start lineup. No, yes,
I think yeah, HVL did come off the bench though. I know
right,
she
but that'd
did.
be a good. You like that?
Sound pretty good. It sound pretty good. They just gotta, but we just all we need is it was Miss D. We got to have somebody when Sloot is out or something going on. We have to because that circus. I ain't never seen a game like that. I said, oh my gosh, what is?
Well, they have to bring in Mo Jeff. She just had to step up.
I guess that's how they going. I guess that's how they
But I
gonna
would
do it.
start Sleuth and Atkins together. I would start
You
Sleuth and Atkins together.
Donna and Brian, and whoever else is out there watching us, great people. Uh, who in that starting with our starters, who should they start in that rotation? Because I remember was Kia Nurse in that starting lineup? Was it Slew, Angel, Camilla, and Nurse?
One player I liked, and they got rid of her. I was very shocked. LA got rid of Ari McDonald, and I thought she played pretty good last year.
What about Celeste Taylor? They let her go.
Yeah, that's a lot of players. You still got Bree Hall out there. You still got Deja Kelly out there for as guards. They need some guard.
I was shocked about Deja Keller, but you said
Yeah,
they
she
did that
played
all
good.
that.
I was shocked.
He said Ariel would switch over to PG before Marsh bring in Jefferson or HVL. Oh, you see that, Miss D?
Yeah, but I think they could play a shooting guard.
Mm.
I think so. Make it a little smaller in the guard spot. Bring
All
in
I
Kia
know,
Nurse, Angel, and Camilla. That'd be a start, right? Is that right? Nurse, Camilla, Angel, Ariel, and yeah, that's a nice start line to me. Then
all
bring
I,
in Jeff. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, I'm just saying, Miss D. We don't need no rotation like that last game, that preseason game. But you know what was so crazy though? The score wasn't even that bad. That's what's so crazy. But neither team was playing right, playing
Yep.
good.
She said the same thing. Donna,
Oh,
Angela.
she said Ariel, Angel, Nurse, Camilla, and Sloop.
Yep.
Mm. I hope Tyler Marsh is watching and everybody watching this because
He ain't watching us now. No, I'm just playing.
he
You never
look
know.
he ain't thinking about this. He's like, look, guys, I got this together now. Give me a chance.
No, you never know who watching because Kennedy was watching. Kennedy Carr was watching. Case app. I was like, okay.
Well, Marsh, we gonna give you a chance, just like I would need a chance if I start something. We're gonna give you a chance.
Look, Coach
Okay, he was
Whisper.
trying things out, Brian. We could tell. We could definitely tell he was trying out some things. Cause
Look, Coach Whisper or Coach Baby Soft Voice. That's what I call him.
yeah, we gonna see how. But you know what? Don't let them soft voice fool you.
I
You might
know.
them soft voice be off the chain. Look, you be
I
like, is
know.
that the same person? You know, look. So we gonna see what March do because he got a lot of people on his team and um we're gonna see how it work out. Brian, all I'm saying is we just don't need to see that circus again. I just can't, you
Mm.
know. And then I'm still pulling for my team, but my eyes hurt, had a headache, all that stuff, extra stuff. So we don't need that on Saturday. Keisha now coming on at 3, I believe, guys, and to start it off, and then we go into the game and stuff. So we need a just a nice first game back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Not no. no what 60-20. You know what I'm saying? Type of game. We need
No,
just
I think it's gonna be fast paced. It's gonna be up and down. Definitely that.
he said, ain't no way Marsh will bring Rachel Benham in as a PG. Well, we don't.
That's why you bring in you play HBL, a little point guard.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to use HBL
Mm-hmm.
in some kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least she
They
played a little bit better defense than Rachel.
Cause she,
You know.
you know that the look. She already said that look be out there on that court. Angel be look.
But CC did smoke her in college, but she got better when she went to TCU.
Let
She
me
got
say,
better.
HBL coming back for look now.
She
She
got
she
better.
she yeah, and she ain't gonna be. She think you know some stuff. You know how we say some stuff stick with you. That one stuck sticking with her. That make you play harder. Donna said, E. Will, Allen, and Michaela got to play strong coming off the bench. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that why we got to put Michaela in there with them, Donna? Why they got to put Michaela in there with them like that?
Uh,
Why they gonna have to? Oh, Brian said Donna right, but why they got to put? But I'm just saying, Michaela, poor Michaela. I hope so. Well, we gonna see because they only play certain teams. You know, you play different teams. You know your skills, like your skills will probably show better, and playing against another team than it would a certain team. It just depends. And like you said, that they really are gonna have to play together. They're really it can be no division. It can be like no upsets. You really got to go out there and play together. And look, if you can't, you need to whisper to your fellow people. Look, I'm gonna need you to hold it down this game or something. It has to be total teamwork with this guy for real though.
right.
Would you okay, Miss D? Summing up. What's your summing up for everything tonight all together, for as the greats and the sky for our first game on Saturday.
Well, my sum up for the greats is players. We all talk about Spoon and Swoops because they still out there a little bit more. You know, Swoops did some broadcasting for the Wings, and she's still out there. She do interviews a lot. She got her own podcast. Teresa out there is still out there, but I want to see more of Holtzclaw in the forefront as far as the WNBA. Holtzclaw and Cooper. I think they'll sometimes they'll do a good job of highlighting the older players. They show
Yeah,
highlights, but they don't highlight the older
you don't
players.
do it like that,
So that's
right?
my takeaway for that. The games. I want to see. I want. It's gonna be a good game. I want to see. I know what the sky. The starters might do, but I want to see how the whole team, how the whole team looks,
Yeah.
and we'll see. The fever. Same thing that the sky might suffer from all season is the bench. We'll see how their bench.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, if they want to be a championship team, they may have to make some adjustments. That's why I said
Mhm.
they got rid of Bree Hall. They could have been a good bench player for the Fever, but
Yeah.
you kept Sid. I still would have cut that. I would have still took that loss and brought in Bree, but I guess they ain't had no money. I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know. So that's my takeaway from that. So I'm just excited to see about these games.
Yeah.
No,
And
that's my takeaway.
Donna, I got Angel and Camilla coming. If now look, if Donna, if Angel and Camilla don't act right, they will turn into a cartoon or anime. Okay, I'm just preparing you because I'm telling you how they've been acting lately. They have not been acting right in the drawing studio. But I'm going back, Donna, because I didn't know that was my first time drawing Deerica, and I didn't know she was not gonna turn into a cartoon because she acted right and her features are so simple. So she acted right. That's why she came out looking more real and not anime and cartoon. But if Angel and Camilla don't act right when I draw them, they're gonna have to be cartoon anime. Donna say, "Stop it! I'm up for the challenge." Donna, boy, I be having to get my strongest Mountain Dew for these people. I'm telling you, like I sit and I be like, okay, I got this. It looks so simple. I got it. I got it. How many times have you drawn these people? And I'm like, come on, Angel and Camilla. They turn into anime, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure I take
That's
my
all right.
time.
Just turn them into superheroes.
They do.
That'd be
That's why
good.
you see. That's why you see Miss D. Self portraits are no joke. It's so much detail in that self portrait, right? So you can't mess up and say this is self portrait. So
Right.
at least if it's not going to be a self portrait, it's going to be an anime or a cartoon. And that's only if they acted up for a couple of days, Donna. But yes, I am up for the challenge and I don't give up. So that's why you'll see Angel Reese, Camilla, and anime, cartoon, look, everything, because I keep drawing it until I nail it. Now that Raquel, now Donna Raquel may, she may, Raquel just may be anime. She just may be, but I'm gonna work on her too. So it just depends. But I always like the cartoons and the anime more, like those better than self portraits and stuff like that, or whatever. But it's not like something you just keep doing it, or whatever. But Elle was showing me something, guys. You know how they play the jazz music. You can go on YouTube and you can just listen to music for like 30 minutes, an hour, and the picture just be showing up there. Well, it's a
Mm,
step by step thing that you could do to try to do that. So now I got to start. It's a challenge because I never did it, right? So now I got to start doing scenes of like, the girl at the table drinking coffee or whatever, and then you got to go to the free music app, attach the music, and then take it back into YouTube or whatever. So I'm gonna see how that turned out. But yeah, I don't give up. But I was shocked. De'Erica and Steph. When I drew Steph for the first, that was the first time I drew Steph Curry, and that's why you gotta have a passion for stuff because you got to keep drawing till you get it right. And LeBron, I had never drawn LeBron before, or whatever, or Jaw. So all these players are different, that I never drew, but I want to purchase that piece. Take your time, get them done. Donna, you about like Riddick. Riddick, when Riddick say something, I was like, Miss D, Riddick was like, ADP, when you gonna get that website, when you gonna get the website right? And I was like, ooh, I'm not a website put together type of person, right?
right.
So I saw Square and Shopify. So I said, I said, which one do you think is better for, the type of artwork and stuff that I do, which one is better? And she said Shopify. So Shopify was so easy to do, Miss D. You put your stuff in. It's just great to when you're trying to sell stuff or whatever.
Hmm.
So I chose Shopify, and Shopify just been good for me ever since because you look, it's keeping all your receipts. I don't charge tax because that's when you got to start tapping into like your reports and stuff like that. But sooner or
Right.
later
Right.
I will do it or whatever and stuff like that. But oh yeah, but yeah. So that's what I'm working on now. And then Miss D, I'm gonna start selling the prints because I went to get prints done for the stuff I'm drawing, and I had to get up out of there today, Miss D, because they got where I could do the prints like 16 by 20s of the illustrations and stuff like that, and not
Mhm.
bad prices or whatever. So a 16 by 20, that's a big one. You get a nice frame for that. There you go, a sale. You know,
Right.
but I didn't even realize that till I went in there and start doing prints. So I'm gonna start selling the prints and like the prints by themselves, or if they want to get the frame and stuff like that. So it's nice when you have a gift, but you don't know all that you have, and each year, each season, more and more come out. So that's what it is with the art products and stuff like that. And then I was like, far as the clothes, if someone say, hey, I want a t-shirt and a hat made, I'll get someone to do that type of stuff because I really love doing the pouches. Um they even got Hobby Lobby got they got the pouches, Miss D. They got the makeup pouches where you can put your illustrations on the front. They got the canvas purses and all that
Mm.
whatever. So I was like, I'll do a little bit here, like, do like three purses here, three makeup bags, and just see, see how they sell or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, they got everything. So it's more to come. The only thing that's crazy is me wanting to, it's not a crazy idea, but the price of making the notebooks and the drawing books. They are expensive. Like
Yeah, I'm sure print on it.
it
Right.
yeah, it's just crazy.
Oh,
Skyscraper.
is it cheaper to make it like the pamphlet? Make it more like a pamphlet than the just starting off?
It is. So what I did was Big Girl told me to check Office Depot. So I went to Office Depot. So guys, let me tell you, for a book like the staple up books with the blank pages, for
Right.
10 pages, it's $3 and some change just for 10 pages. You get your
Mm.
illustration on the front, but
Mm-hmm.
what starts to run the money up is the pages. So I was like, well, I can do front and back. You know what I'm saying? You got 10 clear pages. That could actually be 20 pages, but it's front and back, or whatever. And then the notebooks was like $20 for a notebook. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. All y'all doing is put my design up there and putting the paper in between it.
Right.
Because if I could make it myself, I would. But Big Girl told me to try something where what did she say do? You take your own paper and
Mm-hmm.
let them put your book together.
Oh yeah, yeah.
See if they do that. So I'm gonna see if I can do that. If I bring my own paper, can y'all just print the cover and I'll staple them myself?
Exactly.
Because you can order stickers and you can order stickers and vinyl stickers and all that kind of stuff. You can order that with your designs on it through like Amazon and stuff like that. Now I can run it through the printer, but you don't want to like use up all your ink. Like the color vinyl and all that stuff, it takes a lot of your ink or whatever, and you just got to get the waterproof. So I've done some art bottles or whatever. I put the crayons and erasers in for the kids, and I get the vinyl and stick it on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start to do stuff like that, that's when you be like, okay, I'm gonna just go pay for a certain amount of them or whatever, and do it that way. But yeah, it's a lot of creative ideas out there that'll come, and I'm gonna drop them. But I know I have to get ready and set the tone for this season because my goal is to draw all of the WNBA players, and I got
Mm-hmm.
to count. I have to count and see how many I've drawn, whether it's been in cartoon or more of self portrait. I have to see how many I've drawn so far. But I also want to get some goats in there too. So we'll just see. But thank you, Miss D, for coming up here tonight. I'm trying to get Big Girl to come up here, but maybe we'll see her up here on the next episode. But yeah, we're gonna have to do this again.
Well, this was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll make sure I let you know. Well, I know how to do the link and stuff now, guys. So I got it together or whatever and stuff like that. So we could just come together and whoever want to come up, they'll be able to come up and stuff like that. And we'll talk because we don't never know what we're gonna be talking about. We start off with art, but we might
Mm-hmm.
wind up talking about something else or whatever. And I think that's why Brian stuck in here because when we start talking about the hair and the take care of bodies, Brian be gone. Because it's women's talk, so I understand
Yeah.
or whatever. But you guys have a great week. I think what's tomorrow? It's
Friday.
tomorrow
Thank
Friday.
God it's Friday. Yeah.
So tomorrow's Friday. I think Bro Claude somebody's coming on tomorrow. So y'all just check your
I think the
YouTube.
Players Club, right? Ain't the Players Club?
Yeah,
That
I
is
think the
yeah.
Players Club is coming on tomorrow. And then Saturday, I know Keisha Net was coming on. at 3 o'clock. So I was like, ooh, I might have to make me some sub sandwiches that day at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they'll be coming on. But yeah, they're coming on tomorrow. But nobody plays tomorrow, right? Nobody plays.
I'm not sure. I don't think
Wait a
so.
minute.
I might be
Are we
wrong.
done with preseason, Miss D?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Somebody they're gonna talk about somebody. I don't know which team it is. I think Dallas. I want to say. I have to look. But okay. Well, I will see you guys next week. I don't know. I think my son is gonna come on for the Tuesday. I think, but I'm not for sure. Depending on because I wanted him to explain to Big Girl and Riddick, Miss D, what's the difference between the animated animation and the cartoon.
Right. That'd be a good show.
Yeah, but you take care. You have a good rest of your week. I'll
You
be seeing
too.
you, Donna, Brian. I'll be seeing y'all all in the chat. Um,
Yes. Good night, Dinah Bryant. Good night, Chet.
yeah, good night, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see y'all again. Thank you, Miss D.
All right. Good night.
Good night.